How's it going, everyone? Hold on a second. There we go. I did a little like Fratanga start on start my streams. Hang on, is my fucking volume right on this? Yeah, it is. Let me put some music on. I have been playing loads and loads of Cyberpunk, and I'm absolutely loving it. Cyberpunk is fucking amazing, especially the DLC as well. When you guys been playing it, I've been enjoying it a lot. Spider-Man are Sony films. All Spider-Man. Spider-Man, I think it's just the movie rights is all Spider-Man. That's why Disney, if you got Disney Plus, they're not in the MCU collection. Which is a bullshit, really. But it's like Sony just don't want to sell them. For some weird reason. God knows why. I bet if Disney gave them enough money, they'd fucking sell it. Phantom Liberty is amazing. It is. Do you know what? I'm only at the start of it. I've gone through like the prologue of Phantom Liberty, like halfway through my actual playthrough. Then I've gone and done and now at the moment I'm doing side quests for everywhere. I've done a couple of side quests for Phantom Liberty as well. But fuck, it's so good. Is it true Microsoft couldn't have the worst date to close ABA kill? Or why? What's the rumor? Tell me. You have a free weaponized car? Well, I didn't get one of them. I bought a really fast car. And I'm glad I did, because fucking get around a lot quicker now. Not using the fast travel all the time. When you use the fast travel all the time, you could... Hi Baron God, you okay? When you use the fast travel all the time, you miss some of the little side quests just naturally, like... if you could pass like a building where a side quest is... and you'll get a call for it. So when you're driving around, you can just get to... They're on the map anyway, but I don't like dotting around the map just to find side quests, but that seems to be what I'm doing at the moment, just trying to finish all the side quests of the game. And some of the side quests in that game are really, really good. I played a really sick one yesterday. I don't remember if it's from the expansion or not, but I don't want to spoil it. But I found one with a little BB cabinet from Death Stranding. That was quite early in the game I found that, though. I was just wandering around looking for stuff to loot, and I saw a little BB on a table, and I thought that was such a cool Easter egg. I've got the picture somewhere. I don't know how the fuck I'd get it up. No, I probably wouldn't get it up, but it's really cool. I'll have to post it somewhere. Friday the 13th. Oh, Friday the 13th. Lovely. It's Ken Block's car. Oh, no way. Which one of Ken Block's car? He's got a lot of fucking cars. Was it the... What did he use last? I don't remember what car he used last. No, the BB isn't in Phantom Liberty, no. It's in the side quest in, like, in the main game. Oh, it's not a side... It's like... I think the main game I could finish pretty quickly if I wanted now. I got to a point where it said, no point of return from here. I've still got a lot to do. I'm like, no. I'll leave that till the end. Because the story is so fucking good. I didn't think the story would be that good, but it is so good. And it's like... It's just, like... It's a... I hate to say it, but it has blown Starfield out of the water. But the game should have been like that from the beginning. Like the way the game is now should have been like that from the beginning. So they're not getting a pass. They're not getting a total free pass from me. So I bought the game not long after it came out. Yeah, I bought the game not long after it came out. Because my friend said it ran alright on PC, but there was still a lot of fucking bugs. They're not getting a free pass on that one, CD Projekt Red. But the game looks, if you've got a high-end rig, Cyberpunk looks absolutely nuts. I haven't got frame gen on, but I've got everything on ultra. I've got all the ray tracing on. and weirdly I was getting a problem with the clouds and smoke in the game. The smoke was looking pixelated as fuck. I just learned that turning on super sampling, Intel super sampling, just clears it. But I'm getting a decent frame rate. I'm getting like 80 to 100 frames per second. Which isn't bad at all, considering I've got all that shit turned on. You better watch The Exorcist. Oh, I've seen the advert. It looks so bad. I mean, Friday the 13th. Oh, right, yeah. Worst day for Pegasus Nation. Oh, fucking hell. Do you like that new Assassin's Creed then, do you, Des? But you say it's a 7 out of 10. I've heard, like, a mixed reception from it. I like the old Assassin's Creed games. I still say Assassin's Creed 2 is the GOAT. I still like the first one, and I really like Syndicate, just because it's old London. But I don't know if I like the setting of that new Assassin's Creed. Yeah, the original Exorcist is a good film. Apparently this new one is fucking horrible. I seen the advert and I was just like, what the fuck? They've butchered the franchise. Oh yeah, and I've added some this fucking thing hasn't closed. I've added these.
Yeah, you fucking dickhead! My God.
I've been trying to find things with the soundboard when I've been watching TV series. And then...
Nice one, brother!
I said, nice, bruv!
Fucking nice one, brother!
Nice one, bruv! Brother!
Fuck off!
I thought that would be a good one if anyone gifts subs or anything. It's good, but it's cut down. Oh, the Assassin's Creed game. Alright, fair enough. It doesn't look like my type of setting for some reason. The original, where's the first one? Damascus. That was pretty good. No, it's not Gangs of London, no. That's from a movie called Human Traffic. You wouldn't know this film unless you were British. You really wouldn't. It's like... It's quite an old film now, about like the clubbing scene and all that in the UK back in the day. It's a fucking old film now. It's a classic here though. There's loads of like classic British movies like that don't fly out of Britain basically. But they're good. So it's on like it's on Netflix now, but you might have to VPN the British version. Gangs of London. Oh yeah, I haven't watched that actually. It looks alright. It depends who the actors. I don't remember who the actors are, but it looks alright. But what do you guys think of Idris Elba in Phantom Liberty? I personally, I think he shouldn't have put the American accent on. By putting the accent on, I think he did butcher the role, but he sounds really stiff. Like he's really trying. He's good, but I think they should have just kept him with a British accent. Because if you watch a show called Luther, that was on BBC. I think it was on BBC. That was fucking... Idris Elba in that was amazing. I did enjoy it kind of suits Night City because most people are American in there anyway, but I don't know, it's just, yeah, Luther is good. And Idris Elba is like, I reckon they should have kept him British for Cyberpunk. I understand that it's in America, but it could have just been a foreign agent for them. Yeah, I don't know, I didn't get it. I didn't get why they just tried to make him Gangs of London PSP game. Pretty good. Oh, speaking of an old PlayStation game in London, what the fuck was the Getaway? Any of you guys remember the Getaway? That was a really good game. That was. Oh, was Django a good show? Was it? I've actually got an entertainment package with Sky at the moment, so it might be on there. Do you say it was on HBO? It was on HBO. It should be on Sky Atlantic for me. It is still called that. Is it like as like insane as the Django movie. Oh, it's on Netflix. Oh, sick. I get that for free. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I didn't watch The Wire, but I've seen clips of The Wire. Yeah, yeah. He just sounds really stiff when he does an American accent, and his expression isn't the same for some reason. But when he's just got his natural, you know, London accent, I think he's a much better actor. It's a prequel to the first movie. Oh, cool. Definitely have to go and check that out then. Well, first of all, look who we got. New leak confirms The Last of Us 2 Remastered for PS5. Fuck, this game does not need a remaster. I hope this is just a rumour. Oh, looking forward to the Doctor Who. Do you know what? I watched... Fuck. I don't remember his name. I'm shit with names. The fella, the Scottish fella that acted him. It was like mid 2000s. He fucking hell. He was in one of the Harry Potter films as well. I can't remember his name. Tennant, that's it. David Tennant. I loved it when David Tennant was in there, even though the CGI was fucking shit. And Matt was, what's the other guy's name? Matt something. I want to say Matt Lucas, but no, it's not Matt Lucas. He was pretty good as well. After that, I think it went fucking downhill. Tennant, the 10th and the 14th Doctor. Yeah, I think Tennant was really good as Doctor Who. I think he suited the role really well. I really think he suited the role really well. Fucking hell, my hands are itchy. Matt Smith and Matt Lucas. I know Matt Lucas. I know who Matt Lucas is. Oh, there's another Matt Lucas. With fucking in Little Britain. Broadchurch. I don't even know what that is. Anyway.
What's up, gamers?
Oh, no, I pressed the wrong one. Let's see what he has to say. The Last of Us does not need a fucking remake or remaster. Oh, part 2 anyway. I mean, the game looks perfectly alright even on a PS4. On a PS5 it's better because it's like 60 FPS, but this is a game that does not need a remaster, remake, whatever the fuck they want to call it. Let's see what he looks like. He's not looking forward to it, but there are some ponies out there that are really looking forward to it. The Time Traveler said he played the last... What? I don't know what the fuck. Who said that? Played The Last of Us in the 38th century. Oh? Yeah, well, basically, that's what they want to do. I reckon they're going to do it like they did with Last of Us Part 1. Try and clean this up as much as they can. Sell it for as much as they can and do a PC port roughly around the same time. That's my guess, anyway. But on Twitter, they're all split. There are some saying this doesn't need to happen, and there's some saying I'll definitely play it again just to get a PS5 version, which is fucking stupid. The original game looks good enough as it is.
The Last of Us Part 2 is one of the most controversial games that has ever been released. I mean, people legitimately got ran out of the industry just for trying to take part in it. But beyond all the hate...
People got ran out of the industry for taking... You need to elaborate further on that one, I think. People got bullied for liking the game. People didn't like the story because it was told in such a fucked up way, but I think he needs to elaborate further on what he says there. That PC port for Part 1 was fucking awful. The PS500, yeah. that remake of the fucking Part 1 Last of Us was tragic. Let's blow this up. Oh, he's ugly.
The love, the tattoos, the compassion, the threats towards the actors themselves. I think we can agree that The Last of Us is a game that definitely stirs up a lot of very passionate conversation. And
Conversation. Fucking hell, yeah. You can say that again. Sorry, boys, I got a brew on the go here. It's getting cold. Whoa. Because I was never going to buy the port. Yeah.
What's kind of surprising is The Last of Us Part 2 is about to be remade.
It's only a rumour. It's only a rumour, which I hope the rumour's wrong. I think it's just the PC port is coming. And if it is coming, that means Nixies isn't working on it. Because they have just bought out... because they're doing the Horizon one. Which is really bad news, because they're going to use that fucking shithouse studio again. Why am I so bad with names? The one that did the fucking first Last of Us PC port. But yeah. It definitely won't be Nixies if it's getting worked on now. Iron Galaxy, that's it, yeah. Fuck. Everybody who knows anything about gaming knows how badly they fucked up Batman Arkham Knight. People buying remakes is a proper good remake, which I didn't think needed a remake. And I haven't played it yet, I've just seen it. Was the Dead Space one. The original Dead Space is still really good. But it had some like really junky movements and shit like that. The Dead Space remake is fucking awesome. Plus I want to play the Resident Evil 4 remake as well, because that looks really good too. And like Resident Evil 2 and the 3 one was a bit short, but Resident Evil 2 was another good remake as well. I just want them to do Code Veronica, because I'm about to play that again. I downloaded a copy the other day for PS2 emulator. I want to play the Dead Space, but it wasn't long since I played the original Dead Space, so I'm going to wait a little bit. I haven't played through all of Resident Evil 4, the original. Oh yeah, System Shock one was really good. Still need to finish that. You just reminded me about that. That's a fucking hard game, that System Shock remake. That is fucking tough game, I'll give it that. I want to put money on Spider-Man 2 getting a remaster within 2 fucking hell. Oh, yeah, they already remastered Spider-Man 1, haven't they? Fucking Sony like doing remasters and remakes. These ponies are getting nothing from PlayStation. Nothing. Oh, and now with Jim Ryan leaving. Ooh. It could get better or it could get worse. But it's a Japanese leader now. They got a Japanese CEO now. So they might have more Japanese games, which is a good thing for Sony. They actually need them. Yeah, I'm lucky I didn't buy it, because they bundle Resident Evil 4 with the DLC now on Steam. Because I found it on CD keys with the DLC for £40-ish, somewhere there. So, you're not interested in Spider-Man 2? I'm kind of interested in Spider-Man 2. I don't know if I'm interested enough to just pay full whack for it, or just wait for the PC port. I might just wait for the PC port. I'm not sure yet. It's like I'm playing Returnal on the PC at the moment. Graphics and ultra, all ray tracing on, and it looks wow. I mean, like, the graphics are nuts, and I'm getting like 160. 150, 160 FPS. It runs so fucking good. You're more interested in the comics. Hey. A lot of people do prefer the stories of the comics than even what the movies have done. I'm not a massive fan of the Spider-Man movies. I like them, but I'm not a huge fan. He's not my favourite superhero.
In fact, it's done. It's about to be released on the PlayStation 5.
How the fuck does he know that? Hold on.
Is about to be remade. In fact, it's done. It's about to be released on the PlayStation 5.
Oh, this is only a rumour. And this video is from yesterday, so how the fuck would he even know that? Last of Us 2 is not a remake, it'll be a frame booster. It's got a 60 FPS mode on PS5 though. That's the thing. If you boot The Last of Us 2 up on PS5, because I've got it, if you boot it up, it's 60 FPS. They've actually patched it in. So I don't know why the fuck it's getting a... Because the game, I'll admit it looks fucking stunning. But there's not... If the remaster thing is true, this is. So if the remaster thing is true. If it is, Sony should be fucking ashamed of themselves. There's no wonder Jim Ryan's getting the fucking boot. Because he can't... Well, he's not just to blame. But Naughty Dog as well. Naughty Dog has forgotten how to make games, I think. But it seems like it anyway. I would love Captain Britain. Ah, there's no such thing as Captain Britain would be stood there with a pint in his hand with a fuck off beer belly. Wearing his hat backwards, just calling everyone knobheads. Imagine Jason, a fat version of Jason Statham. And that'll be Captain Britain. But constantly holding a pint. No matter what happens, that fucking pint of lager does not leave his hand until he gets a new one. And a fag in the other hand. Actually not a fag, a rollie. And when I say fag, I mean a smoke, not other things. But yeah, he'll have a roll-up cigarette in the other hand and a pint in one. And he'll half grow his hair back. You know, Jason Statham's bald, but he's got patches. He'll half grow his fucking patches back. He'll look like a fucking mess. Hang on, I've got to do this now. Rab is this would be fucking Captain Britain. Look at him smoking that hand, but just put a pint in here. That'd be Captain Britain. No, that's not it, Jacob. That's Captain Britain, mate. Rapsy Nesbit. Fucking hell. Most British people are the same. Well, they were back in the day anyway. They need to bring them people back, I think. No one has seen the new SAE CEO yet. I think his name's... Is it... No, he's been replaced by the Japanese fella, isn't he? Sure, he's been. I'm sure. Oh, fucking me, I can't. I said it in the Jim Ryan video I made. And he has an Excalibur. Well, that's King Arthur. That's it. Hiroki Kotoki. Oh, fuck, I can't even say that. That's too much teas and cakes for. Fuck. Say no. No. Tongue twisters.
And I'm kind of curious as to what the heck is going on. So let's take a look at the leaks and discuss. Are you going...
He said it was confirmed and now he says it's fucking leaks. Fucking ticked. Make your mind up, man.
To buy it. Alright, let's get into it. Hi, I'm Dreamcast Guy. Be sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's see if we can get this video to 2,000 likes in honor of...
In honor of who?
Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Now, I do want to quickly say, I do not consider myself to be an outright hater of The Last of Us Part 2. It's just that I'm a much bigger fan of The Last of Us Part 1.
It's misinformation, guy. You're not wrong. He's spitting misinformation right a minute into his video. I think he forgets what he says a lot. I really think he forgets what he says. Because he hits the record button as fast as he can and just publishes the video. instead of going back and cutting shit out, he just presses record, stops it, publish, and just lets it go out. Man should invest, or there's free, I use free editing software. It's a bastard to use, but fucking hell. It's not hard to learn, and it's easy to cut bits out here. I wing it, but I do my research before I wing it. I wing my videos, and I wing my fucking live streams even more. I just know this was a thing. So, and I seen his video pop up, and I went, I could put that in. And I've got another one to take a look at, if I've got time tonight. Yeah, I know what you mean, Dreamcast guy, yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean, Dreamcast, but I wing it as well. But I also wing on facts. I don't write a fucking script. If I write a script, when I read stuff out, I fuck it up more. So I prefer just to like have no like bullet points or whatever I'm talking about, whatever I've screenshotted. What I'll do is I'll go through them slide by slide, and I'll put them in order that I'm going to talk about them. It just makes it a little bit easier. I haven't made a video response. I should do a video response. I haven't done one of them in a while.
I did enjoy The Last of Us 1 Remake for what it was, even though it was just a graphical overhaul with no additional features. It sounds like Naughty Dog heard our unhappiness with The Last of Us Part 1 Remake, though.
For very good reasons, but you did get an additional feature. It was called an additional fee to pay the fucking game. Wasn't it? Was that one a $70 one as well? That was fucking... I don't know what the PC port's like now, neither. It was $70, yeah. I don't know what the PC port's like now. I think it's better now. I really like the first game. Well, as a story more than a game, but... Oh dear. Lost my stomach, fellas. As a story, I really like the first game. Fuck. The second one story was told in such a shit way. It was unbelievable. Well, it was hard for some people to follow. They haven't fixed the PC port. Fucking hell. Because didn't Iron Galaxy do the Horizon Zero Dawn port as well? Which I'm glad Nixie's is doing the Forbidden West one. I'm actually looking forward to seeing Nixie's version of Horizon Forbidden West on my PC. Because I think that will look good. I guess the remaster will be a fee for every person that already... Yeah. No, it won't be free. No fuck. No way it'll be free.
Because the biggest downside to it was that it didn't have extra dialogue, it didn't have extra combat, it didn't have extra little side paths. It was the exact same game. It sounds like Last of Us Part 2 Remake is going to be a bigger project, but...
How though? Like, honestly, the game looks stunning as it is. I guarantee you, side-by-side comparisons of both games, they'll be fucking identical. Remember, Neil Druckmann hates the word... Oh, he fucking does. He told... What else does Naughty Dog do? Uncharted. I think Uncharted series is really good. It went stale after a bit. They should have changed the formula a little bit better. Because they did add everything to each new game. Like, I think from the first one to the second one, they did more. Some hand-to-hand combat. And in the third one, they did more hand-to-hand combat with a few things. Then in the fourth one, they had the grappling hook, and you can fuck around with that. And maybe a few other things I don't quite remember. It's been a while since I played them. I think the Uncharted games were more fun. But still, the formula was third person, over the shoulder. And have you guys heard about people wanting the next Cyberpunk to be third person? Now, if anyone's actually played that game properly, it would make... It wouldn't be as impactful in third person. for some reason, this Asmongold video here, I was watching his live stream earlier. I'll go through that in a minute, and it shows you how impactful being first person is in that game, because it makes you feel more immersed. That game should have a fucking VR mode. If CDPR could do it, Cyberpunk in VR would be fucking crazy. Looking forward to the Oblivion remaster. I've never played Oblivion, so maybe like playing the remaster as a first time might be the way to go for me. No, the Star Wars game is like Amy Hemmings making that Knights of the Old Republic. I mean, that's been binned off, I think. I'm sure that's been binned off. Oh, Mr. Glass, by the way, how you doing? I forgot to say hello, because you joined in later.
Here we go. We're over on Twitter. Dom the Bomb actually does a lot of Last of Us content, and he is the one that I first saw.
He's a fucking PlayStation. He just writes everything good about PlayStation, from what I've seen. The Ubisoft one. Oh shit, yeah. That looks alright, that. That might be alright, that. It's an open world Star Wars game there. I hope they make a good one. I hope it's not just a reskinned Assassin's Creed, because that would be shit. But I mean like Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I hope they make a good open world. Fucking From Software should make one. From Software should make a Star Wars game. I bet that would be really cool.
I'll tweet this out. This is a post over on LinkedIn where a guy talks about the fact that he spent the last almost 3 years working on this Last of Us Part 2 remaster. Responsible for overseeing the production of all outsourced environment, art assets, weapons, interactive props for 2 iconic titles, The Last of Us Part 1 and The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered.
That can't be real. There's something off about this logo. Depends where he got this from.
Now, this seems surprising because, honestly, The Last of Us Part 2 only came out 4 years ago. I'm somebody that did do about...
Oh shit, it's been 4 years already. Fuck. I thought it came out in 2020 for some reason. Oh, it's 2019, wasn't it? The Viking Assassin's Creed was bad. I heard mixed reception. Some people liked it, some people didn't. For me, it looked like an over-bloated fucking game, and the combat just didn't look fun. On the bottom, yeah. You've seen him.
5 total playthroughs in order to find all the collectibles and lore and stuff like that. And as much as I don't like the story aspects of The Last of Us Part 2, I think we can easily agree that graphically it is still a masterpiece. Part of my...
Yeah, I just wish your bitrate in your video was better. Fucking hell. What the fuck did he record this off? Even I've had PlayStation game recording before and they're much better than that. What the fuck? It does the game no justice. Check this out. The game should be so much cleaner than that. Let's full screen it. I mean, wow. If he's recorded that for PlayStation, he's used a shitty format, or he's... I don't know what he's done. My recordings are always cleaner than that. Machine Games, what have they done before? I know the name, but I don't know. I can't remember what they've done. Yeah, it is a gory game. Fucking hell, yeah. As like, it does look a blurry mess, fair play. As like a violence and like the griminess and stuff like The Last of Us Part 2 nailed it. It is absolutely insane. Machine Games. Oh, Wolfensteins. Wolfensteins. That looked like you wrote Wolkenstein. I was like, huh? Hello, Biscuit, how you doing? 8 inches of venom inside. Oh my god.
Of The Last of Us Part 2, I think we can easily agree that graphically it is still a masterpiece. Part of my confusion with this project right up front is the fact that Remaster kind of conveys that this is just taking the original game and sprucing it up, upscaling it, adding some better foliage, better lighting systems. But
foliage. You can't add more foliage to that fucking game. There were shitloads of it. Better lighting. Yeah, I suppose you could do that. I really can't think of anything else they could do. Maybe clean up the sound design a little bit, even though it was good anyway. There really isn't much you can do to that kind of game, and nothing that's going to be worth what they're definitely going to sell it for. Yes, what was that? Did mess up right in Wolfenstein. It just looked, as a first glance, you know, Wolfenstein, and like, that'll be an interesting game. That'll be a very interesting game, especially in 2023. Fucking hell. It gives some of us a laugh, though.
But that's not what Part 2 needs. I mean, Last of Us Part 2, if anything, needs extra story chapters, extra bits to show us.
Oh my god, no, that game was long. A little too long for its own good. It fucking dragged in the end. There's a point where you thought it finished, and then you're going for another fucking 5 to 6 hours, something like that. Fuck, it was frustrating. It really was frustrating playing that game all the way to the end. You can pick 5 different games to go straight to Game Pass. And ABK, what do I pick? So different games or different game franchises. You whack the Call of Duty franchise still on there. I put World of Warcraft in there. I'm not a massive fan of World of Warcraft. I played it about a year ago with my friend because he convinced me. I didn't like the fact that you had to pay monthly for a game. I went, no, I ain't paying monthly for a game. What the fuck's this shit? And then I binned it off. But if it was like a part of Game Pass, I might get back into it. But I'm not a big fan of World of Warcraft. Diablo games, all the Diablo games. Oh, just different individual games. Definitely Call of Duty, World at War. Even though I got Black Ops, no, I've got Black Ops 1, but World at War, I used to have that on on Xbox 360. Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Ooh, also Diablo 2 Remastered. Only because I haven't picked that one up yet, and everyone says that's one of the best ones. I don't know what else. I'm not a huge Blizzard fan. Can't think. Activision. Oh, Crash Team Racing. Definitely put Crash Team Racing on there. That one. And like Crash Bandicoot Trilogy. I know it's 3 games, but I do the Crash Bandicoot Trilogy. Definitely. I like, yeah, Spyro as well. I have played Spyro, but I prefer the Crash games because they made me bang my head and it pissed me off. Any game that pisses me off, I tend to play for longer for some reason. How's it going, JDX? You okay? Got a few minutes for the stream. Oh, are you at work again? We're all good, JDX.
What's going on in this very dark world? So just making it look better is not enough. Now, a lot of people are basically just freaking out about this because what the heck? I'm glad.
Man, I only care about the state of factions. Fucking hell, well, bad news for you about factions, my boy. That's on ice at the moment. Very fucking thin ice as well. I guess it can hold off the part 1 playthrough a little longer. What Why though? There's nothing wrong with the second game apart from the story. But don't pay full price for that part 1. The gaming community is going to cook us when they realise they're remastering yet another game. Yep, that is true. At least he knows it. I have fucking no idea what you've written.
People are happy. I only care about the state of factions right now. So, a lot of people are talking about this because it is interesting that we were supposed to get a Last of Us multiplayer game. It's well known. It's been talked about heavily. Last of Us Factions, a standalone, free-to-play, existing online game.
It's not existing, is it? I don't think this is ever gonna see anyone's PlayStation, to be honest. I don't know why this has been put on ice. Someone did mention something about Bungie. I don't know why. I think Bungie's got a better idea of making money out of a multiplayer game. But I think they've just seen it and gone, we don't know how to milk live service out of this game. That's what I reckon they've come to a conclusion on. They don't know how to milk the live service aspect of this game. That's the only thing I can think of anyway. A cruel of an uncle would be gave nephew completely randomized Pokemon and the Pokemon encounters over leveled. He's supposed to be, oh fucking hell, I don't know. I'm not a massive Pokemon fan. Oh yeah, co-op. Co-op on every game is really cool though. I reckon a lot more games should be co-op because it's not a huge hit with me, but it's a huge hit with a lot of people. A lot of people like playing games co-op. I'm one of them people that would play a game first for myself, then do co-op after. So I've been jumping into co-op on like Returnal recently, giving people help or just letting people into my world. It's quite fun. Give us 2 seconds, boys. Gotta go to the toilet. Wanna piss me pants. That's what I get for drinking so much coffee. Naughty Dog don't know how to make a multiplayer game. Apparently the first Last of Us game had a decent multiplayer. People said it was alright. Like, I never played it. I only played the... first time I played it was on PS4, the remastered version of that. And I think I got it dead cheap. Oh no, I got it with my console, I think. There's no way the Last of Us Factions could be a free-to-play. No. That's why I think... in my head, Naughty Dog don't know how to milk this, how to make it a cash cow. But Bungie know how to make a cash cow, like Destiny. Like, you look at Destiny and all its fucking... all its microtransactions on Steam is horrible. You can spend something like £500 on that game altogether. More than that, I think. It's nuts. The amount of shit, like... You played Destiny 2? Yeah, I saw you were playing Destiny 2 earlier. I played... they gave it away. Free to play. I don't remember what it was one of the early expansions. On PS4. It's quite a while ago. I played that, it was alright. But the Bungie's in a court case for sexual abuse. Oh, fucking hell, which one of these companies aren't? That's the only thing. But, oh, fuck me, there's a bug in here now. Go away, you little bastard. They love the light in here. This time of year, they fucking try and get out of the cold night and into everyone's fucking houses. Little shits. Is the first year? Yeah, oh, fuck, I don't remember. I remember when I downloaded it on PC, it had a different start to the game. This expansion totally had a different start to how the game started. It was fun for a little bit, but it's nothing that'll keep me coming back over and over and over again. But something like, fuck it, I'd love Mario Kart on PC, just because you can talk to friends while playing. It'd be fucking hilarious. That's why I'd love like something like Crash Team Racing on Game Pass. I think that'd be fucking hilarious. I'm not a massive multiplayer. Like I say, I've said it before. Like I'll buy a Call of Duty game, I'll play it for a couple months on the multiplayer, and I'll just put it down then and forget about it. Sometimes I'll jump back in. I mean, fuck me. Sometimes I jump into Fortnite for a laugh. Oh, excuse me. Last of Us 2 Remaster remake on the PS6. I mean, that'd make sense. For the PS6, it would make a lot more sense, but oh, the fucking... Not for the PS5. Even from the PS... We're not going to see a massive graphical jump. We're not going to see... I talked about this last time. I think one of the biggest graphical jumps was from the SNES era to, like, N64 and PS1. Alright? Yeah, that was probably one of the most biggest graphical jumps. You're waiting for Marathon. I'd like to try Marathon. I'd like to see what it's all about. I'd never played the original. Smash Bros. There's a lot of like Smash Bros clones out there. There's one called Brawlhalla, which is free to play. I actually really enjoyed that. I played a lot of that, to be fair. Brawlhalla's fucking fun. Hope it makes what? The story bearable. Nah, they won't change the story. I think Neil Druckmann's still in love with the fucking crazy shit story he made for that. The story wasn't shit, it was just told in a shit way. I think it's like the direction was not right in that game. The story makes sense, you just need to reshuffle it all around.
I do truly believe that these remasters of The Last of Us Part 1 and The Last of Us Part 2 were not intended to be released on their own. I think this is a timeline mess up where PlayStation is forcing them to release these on their own, even though they were supposed to be part of a bigger package. Now,
oh, that's right, yeah. That was actually meant to release with the game in 2019. Oh. Thanks for fucking reminding me. Oh, that's even worse. Yeah, but that's the thing, yeah, it's just a revenge story. A revenge story is never clever. A revenge story is what it is. Anyone can make one of them stories up. You know what I mean? It's not the hardest story to make. But you can tell it in a clever way. I mean, if you go back to The Witcher 3, some of the side quests in that had a better story than The Last of Us Part 2 altogether. Fucking The Witcher 3 had some really, really good side quests. And I mean, and I found the same with Cyberpunk. Some of the smaller ones I found were like just stupid little fetch quests that were kind of meaningless, but I stumbled on one where it was bigger than I thought it was. Now I got a phone call and it was this fucking huge mission and I was really interested in the story. The story was pretty fucked up actually. And then the story's come to a conclusion now, but I get a text message off the guy in the game and then I text him back saying, I hope you're okay. And then it says number not found. I'm like, now I want to know what the fuck's happening properly. I'm like, please tell me the rest of the story. So that makes a good side stories. Just making you interested in the story. Yeah?
That sounds negative. It sounds like I'm saying Sony is rushing stuff, but let me explain. The Last of Us Factions was originally going to be packaged together with The Last of Us Part 2. This is well known. They talked about themselves, but
that was the biggest fuck up they did. Tell people those two were going to be a package. That was a massive mistake because they did not deliver at all. 20% plus delisted live service games in my Steam library. Most people stick with. Yeah, it's true. I tried a bit of CS2 the other day. When it came out, I tried a bit of CS2. It wasn't like anything massive, but it was still quite fun. People do stick with Call of Duty, CS2, Valorant, etc. Yeah. Also, servers are expensive to maintain. Yeah, I mean, unless they are getting the numbers in for them games, to, you know, if they're getting the players and the players are putting in the money, they'll keep the games running. Like those games, games as a service type, people don't like them, but they're not going to stop until people stop putting in the money. And that's how it is. And they've got loads of whales out there that will just fucking dump money into them games.
Whenever they started working on The Last of Us Part 2's multiplayer, it was just so big and ambitious, they decided to spin it off into its own separate thing. And as that project grew, I think they got the idea. Now, this is my own tinfoil hat conspiracy theory.
Uh-oh, tinfoil hat conspiracy. See, Naughty Dog should not have promised that game. With the multiplayer side of that game with the actual single player game, because they just make themselves look so bad. And then they do a Last of Us remake, which nobody fucking wanted, and that turns out to be bad. And I bet that barely sold over 1 million copies. I don't know the numbers of it, but I bet that Last of Us remake barely sold over 1 million copies. I mean, that's split between PC and PS5. And then, how much did The Last of Us 2 sell? Like over 10 million, didn't it? Yeah, that's what it proves, basically. They weren't even working on it back then. Someone decided early on, just leave the multiplayer, we'll do something with it later. And now they just want to remaster another game instead of giving them the multiplayer. How the fuck can these ponies, like, still love this company like they say they do? And I feel sorry for Insomniac and, like, Santa Monica Studios, because they're the two that are working the hardest. I know Santa Monica Studios said they're working on something new. God knows if it's going to be a new God of War or a new IP altogether. I don't know what Insomniac Wolverine's going to be their next one after Spider-Man. Fucking hell, they're carrying Sony at the moment. And then whatever this, I don't know what that phone. Has anyone played that Foam Stars game? I didn't bother downloading it. I want to know if that's. Some people said it was quite fun, and some people said it was shit. But I'd like to see. I should have downloaded it to see what it was like. Oh shit! Yeah, Jacob said it was. Oh yeah, I've seen that one spread around. Yeah, Jacob was like, I bet you this will be out before Starfield. Nah, mate, you were wrong. And Starfield got delayed twice. No, you don't have a PS5. Yeah, do you know what? It's not that bad if you get a PS5. If you've never had a PlayStation, if someone asked me what console to get, if they're dead set on getting a console, if they hadn't played a lot of PlayStation's games, I'd suggest they get a PS5. But if they've played all of PlayStation 4 exclusives before, I'd say get an Xbox, just because Game Pass is going to suit you better. I was going to demolish it. 5 months ago, Sony came out and stated Spider-Man sold 1.5 mil on PC. That's not bad. Whoa, 370k. Is that it? Was that only on PC, or was that split between PC and PlayStation? That's still bad even on PC. Spider-Man doing 1.5 mil. Oh, this is another conversation I've seen. It was Reforge. Oh, let's get through this video. Oh, fuck.
I think the original plan was to have The Last of Us multiplayer out before the TV show, so the TV show would come out and that would be huge and that would boost the player base. Then we'd get The Last of Us Part 1 remake and that would have tie-in content.
I will say one thing, The Last of Us TV show was done really well. But when they're gonna do the Part 2 section of it, I don't think that'll go down as well. I'm not too sure, but the TV show is pretty good.
And The Last of Us Part 1 would give you shirts or gun skins and stuff that would then carry over to the game. You unlock stuff in one version of The Last of Us and it unlocks it in the other version of The Last of Us. And then having the same thing in Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, same deal. Beat the game, level up, do all the side stuff, and then again, it gives you extra cosmetic content for The Last of Us Part 2 factions. Now that Factions 2 has yet to materialize, we still haven't seen a single screenshot or even a bit of gameplay, and now from the new leaks that I've been covering, it sounds like it may be cancelled outright. It to me is very bizarre that the next game we're getting...
Oh, I saw this. I had to click the no button just to see the results, but everyone was like, rumors that Last of Us 2 is getting remastered, will you buy again? No. Like... There's not many people that want this. God, how many people had seen this? So out of 556 people, I'm not saying every single one of them's voted, but let's say even half of them voted. So 220 odd people. That's not a good number. That's not a good number. And obviously, no way they're going to sell as much as they fucking hope they will. Because they're one and done games. Once the story's been told, you might revisit the story again later, but you're not going to pay fucking full price for it. Homestars will end up in the same place as Destructive All-Stars. Probably. More than likely. But I did want to try it, see if it was fun. You're worried about Season 2. Yeah, same here, because they did do a good job with Season 1. How's it going, Rambling? How many remakes is Sony up to now? Fucking 3. Oh. They recently remastered Uncharted. They remade Demon Souls, but that was a good one. But my biggest gripe with the Demon Souls one was the character creator was shit. Remake Last of Us Part 1. Remaster Spider-Man. Remaster Last of Us 1. Fucking hell. Shadow of the Colossus. Fucking hell, no. There's a lot more than 3. There's a lot more than 3. And they're making Horizon Zero Dawn. Oh yeah, I heard that one. That doesn't need a remake. That's still a good looking game. Especially if you play it on PC. Horizon Zero Dawn is still a good looking game.
From freaking Naughty Dog is not The Last of Us Part 3. It's not Jack and Daxter. It's not anything that people have been talking about like, I don't know, Uncharted 5. It's another remaster. I decided to do this poll, and I must admit, I'm quite shocked by the negativity of it. The rumor is we're getting a Last of Us Part 2 remaster. Will you buy it again? Yes. Is at 20%, no is at almost 67%, and a lot of people are basically saying, I didn't like the game, but if it comes to Steam and it's well done, I'll probably buy it so I can play it on Steam Deck.
Why would you buy it again? To me, it's like, it's not a good enough game. And also he said, like, would they make a Last of Us 3? I reckon if they do go down the route of making The Last of Us 3, they need to go, not change the story, but forget the existing characters, but implement them in the game somehow and play as other characters. I don't know, that might not work neither. I thought the existing characters' stories should have been told. And they should move on. Ah, fuck it, just make a new game altogether. Think of something new, Naughty Dog. Fuck's sakes. Don't milk a franchise to death. Which, that's what seemingly they probably will do. They need to retcon. Yeah.
I'll buy it for a physical PS5 disc, but otherwise no way. It does not need to be remastered. This is kind of the sentiment that I'm...
So that's the truth of it. It is still a good looking game. It's like, there's not much they can do to it. I tried it on PS5 just to see what it looks like, and fucking really looks good. Buy mediocre and they'll keep making mediocre. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like everyone keeps crying for Bloodborne remake or Bloodborne 2 or Bloodborne on PC. Sony knows everybody wants, like, there's someone at Sony that knows everybody wants, like, Bloodborne. And for some reason, they just keep forgetting about probably the best IP they've got. And the only reason I would rate Demon's Souls above Bloodborne now is because I can play it on 60 FPS. I can even play the original on 60 FPS on my PC. The original Bloodborne for PS4 is just horrible to play. It is just disgusting to play. The Last of Us set in UK. Oh, what was that film? 28 days later. Imagine that. 28 days later with the Berserker style zombies. That'd be fucking scary, actually. Because the Berserker style zombies are much scarier than like the Walking Dead shits. Only things people forget Bloodborne because it's so good. I don't know what it is with, like, if I was working at Sony and like I'd be like, Jim, let's do Bloodborne. I bet there's someone in the office there, or there's people been fucking kicked out of their jobs because they've said let's do Bloodborne, and Jim's like, no, From Software will not let us buy them, or something like that, so we don't want to work with From Software again. But they remade Demon's Souls. How long? 2009? 11 years after. I don't have to wait another 3-4 years for a fucking Bloodborne remake. Jesus Christ, that's just taking the piss. If, honest to God, what I put Sony back in people's good graces is if they said they were going to remaster. I don't think Bloodborne needs the Bluepoint treatment. I honestly don't think it needs that, because the look of the game does not need to be changed at all. I think it needs like a remaster with like better lighting, just clean the image up a bit and try and get it in 4K and, well, performance and thing, but 4K and a choice of 60 FPS. That's what Bloodborne needs. It needs just a really good remaster. I don't think it needs the Bluepoint treatment though. Bluepoint did do a good job with Demon's Souls, but that character creator pissed me off because I couldn't make the monstrosities I usually make. It's the same thing with EA. They hold good... Yeah, fucking hell, yeah. EA's got some really, really good old franchises. Did they do Medal of Honor back in the day? They did, didn't they? I love them Medal of Honor... Oh, which one was it? Frontline? Was it Frontline, the one where you had the beach battle? Oh, it was so good. Oh, Ghost of Tsushima, yeah. Ghost of Tsushima is a good game. The biggest problem with Ghost of Tsushima is the open world is gorgeous, but it's quite empty. Like, I feel like if you play Horizon, and if you put Horizon and Ghost of Tsushima side by side, there's more in the world in Horizon. Ghost of Tsushima has less to see, but has really, really good visuals. Like, as probably one of Sony's best looking games. Really showing their age. Yeah, with the Frontline. Was it Frontline, the one with the battle on the beach? I don't remember what it's called, but it was so good. That game was fucking awesome. I replayed that so many times. It's such a good shooter back in the day.
I'm in, honestly, which is that graphically, the game still looks perfect. They need to do more than just make it look better. And thankfully, it does sound like that is the case. There was this leak a couple months ago that I talked about, which is that The Last of Us Part 2 Remaster already had some details leaked. The composer of the game itself said that apparently there's going to be new stuff. He was doing an interview in Spanish, and he said you're going to be able to walk around in Jackson, the big town at the beginning of the game. You'll find him and you can request songs for him to play. Now, this sounds minor on the surface, but to me, this does signal a good sign because it conveys the fact that Naughty Dog is doing additional content for The Last of Us Part 2 Remaster. Not just...
Do you think they're going to try and unfuck the story somehow? I think they're going to try and unfuck the story somehow. I think they're going to try and right their wrongs and make it worse. I would buy it just to see how bad it is. I think Medal of Honor owes... Do I know Medal of Honor owes its existence to Steven Spielberg? Probably. No, I don't know if it's a fact, but the game being set in the same era as... Saving Private Ryan. Was it? Yeah, it was the same like battle, wasn't it? D-Day, that's it, yeah. It would make sense. It would make sense. Because like that battle on the beach, people knowing that that was an epic scene in that movie, being in the game, I guarantee people were just like, yeah, it's in the movie, I want to play it. Yeah, so probably, yeah. Even, yeah, that movie probably boosted that game like hell. Horrible controls, all games in the PS1, PS2 era had horrific controls. When I, what did I emulate? That racing game, Need for Speed Underground 2. I thought, oh, let's go and revisit a classic. Let's go and revisit Need for Speed Underground 2. Fuck! Pressing X to go instead of the right trigger. You know how hard it is to get used to that now. It used to be natural, but because over time you changed. Fuck, it's like when I play like a Souls game or a Souls-like, and R1, R2 is attack. And then all of a sudden you get a new game, and then it's like square normal attack and like triangle heavy attack. Oh, I'm confused for fucking ages. Will the game get leaked again? No. Nightmare Creatures. That doesn't ring a bell for some reason. A nightmare creature to me is a fucking big horrible spider on my roof while I'm trying to sleep. I was trying to play old For Honor games like... Oh yeah. Some older games still hold up quite well. But the controls... Fucking... Devil May Cry 1. I got the collection on Steam. Dead cheap. It was like £10 or something like that. I got the whole Devil May Cry collection plus the MC5, the Virgil DLC, yeah. I got that, all of it for about £10, so that, oh, I'll fucking buy that. Devil May Cry 1 is really, really tough to play because it's got the Resident Evil camera, because it was when it meant to be a Resident Evil game originally. The show was meant to originally be a Resident Evil game. So it's got that Resident Evil game sort of tank controls plus camera. But trying to do like the sword combat, fucking hell, it's hard. It's really hard to play that game. Also, you watched the new Castlevania show. The anime. The anime on Netflix is pretty good. That's actually really good. I need to watch the rest of that actually. I watched season 1. I haven't watched season 2 yet. Yeah, it's really good that.
Just a fresh coat of paint, not just boosting the resolution. They're making stuff that did not exist in the original version in this. I'm still very much in an odd spot. I will admit that if I was not a YouTuber, if I didn't review...
If you weren't a YouTuber, this would be a bit harder for me because you're the easiest lol cow. Except for fucking the amazing Lucas, but he doesn't upload videos that often. Nocturne. What's that on? Don't watch that. Yeah, he is trying to cut. Well, I think there's a bit of hopium that it's not true from him. Because he's the kind of person that's like, I don't want Naughty Dog to do this. I want Naughty Dog to do something new. That's why. That's why I think a lot of people are going to be pissed that, oh no, another remake or a remaster where they could be working on a new game. That's going to fucking piss off the ponies a lot. I just got a smile on my face.
View games as my job, I don't think I'd play this. I don't think I'd buy this. Just...
I bet he would. I'll bet he'll spend every fucking penny on it. Just so he can see what the difference is. No fucking shot.
Being brutally honest here, I recently did a bunch more playthroughs of Last of Us Part 2. I did a big video called...
Why? This just sounds like torture. I'd play it again in about 3 to 4 years time, but fuck. Multiple playthroughs of that game. Fucking hell. Oh, Jacob, have you heard they're making a live action Cyberpunk? I don't know if it's going to be a series or a movie, but hopefully they make a movie and they actually get Keanu Reeves in there, because Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk is fucking amazing. He's my favourite character in the whole game. He is so good. And if you guys play as male V, you're doing it wrong. Play as female V. The game makes so much more sense as female V. Don't ask me why, but the story sounds better as a female character when people talk to you. Yeah, I want him to play Johnny Silverhand. The character is so well written. The character is so fucking good.
Was I wrong to hate Last of Us Part 2, where I did an ultra deep dive analysis of it? It's still fresh in my mind. If this doesn't have some very big additional content to change the nature of it, to expand on it, give me more chapters as Abby or an extra...
Whoa, wait. That is... fucking hell no. Like I said earlier, you don't need more of this game. Fucking game's too long as it is. The biggest problem with the game is, yeah, they should have done the bait and switch from Ellie to Abby so much sooner, like Metal Gear Solid 2 did, because it originally pissed the fans off, and then after they finished the game, it made so much more sense to be Raiden at the end of the game. So it's because I think you had to play like 6-7 hours as Ellie, and then you become Abby. I think there's actually a small bit where you're Abby for a little bit, and that's what confuses people. The bait and switch wasn't done well between Ellie and Abby. Like, this is filler for Factions. I don't think Factions is ever going to come out. I honestly don't think it is. Like Castlevania, Nocturne, a vampire story during the French Revolution. One of my favourite vampire stories is the Legacy of Kain games. It is so fucking good. Working on Metro Exodus. I've never played the Metro games. Are they worth picking up? I know I can get them dead cheap now. Joel in one. That's a pretty good one. Are the Metro games worth picking up? Most people didn't even want to play as Abby. I didn't mind playing as Abby. It's because they pulled her into the story at the wrong fucking time. So the Metro games are definitely worth picking up. I'll have to pick... another game franchise I never played is Deus Ex. Apparently, I've downloaded the original. It's in 2005. For the PS2. Best vampire games, but fucking hell no. Baron Grudge off your fucking head. Is Abby a girl? Yeah. She gets nailed on the boat. There's a sex scene of Abby, which nobody wanted to see. But if you play the game, you're getting one anyway.
Epilogue or something, some extra context to help that story feel a bit more fleshed out. If this has a lot of new stuff, I might buy it. But if this is a...
I think his listen's a fret. There's less saliva around his mouth. You can still hear it in his voice, but there's less. He's usually got this horrible build-up of saliva here. Yeah, he's got a little bit there, but it's not as bad as it usually is. Ugh. Oh, no, she's not a trans character, no. I got surprised by one of the characters in Cyberpunk. That is a trans character. I was like, oh, okay. Like what, the girl that works behind the bar? The fuck's the bar's name? The one where you meet that, next to Deshaun. Originally. The girl behind the bar there. She's trans girl. I was like, oh, okay. It's not obvious, that's all. I legit believed Abby was. Oh yeah, built from the ground up. Bullshit, the fucking Last of Us Part 1 remake was built. Afterlife, that's it, yeah. The girl behind the bar there's a trans woman. But she's really funny though. Like towards the end of the game, she's really cool. Yeah, build it from the ground up. Like they didn't even do that with The Last of Us Part 1. You just put a new coat of paint on it. I like Rogue. I haven't finished Rogue's story yet. I've been saving that one for after my... because I think that's end game stuff. So, I think I know that's where you go after Adam Smasher. And I think you kill Adam Smasher as well. But I'm saving that one for the end of the playthrough. I've never got that far in the game yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm leaving the last Rogue mission before the last Arasaka mission, which is the final mission. I'm going to do, because I heard Phantom Liberty can change the ending quite drastically as well. So I'm going to finish finish everything. I'm going to finish the DLC, then I'm going to do the Rogue mission, then I'm going to do the actual final mission then, where it says the point of no return. Yeah, Rogue's a good character.
A $70 game with a couple extra bells and whistles. To me, it's just not worth it. But what do you guys think? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you are excited for The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, tell me about it. Explain to me, because I am genuinely curious. You guys rock. Thank you for watching. If you could give this video a big old thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming. Oh man, am I going to replay The Last of Us for like the 50th time? I kind of want to. God, I love The Last of Us so freaking much. The first one to be clear.
There you go.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else.
I'll go through. Will you be buying The Last of Us Part 2 on PS5? Thanks for liking the video. Oh, he's so cringe. Hope this happens on PC. I understand the PC part of the game, but fuck. Part 2 is way too long. See, even that guy thinks he agrees with me. He doesn't even know me. Still waiting for Jack and Daxton's Life Cooper. You're never gonna get them. It's a remake or a remaster. Those two are different. Oh fuck. Never mind. Oh fuck. Still after the ponies using the Cyberpunk as ammo. Oh yeah. It is, but I'll show you one thing now. This video here will show you a massive difference between... I'm just going to quickly go through this one. His sub count's gone down, you know. I'm sure he was closer to 300,000 at one point. Sure, he's closer to 300,000 at one point. Fuck knows how people find. Yeah, but if you look at his views, they're not that good anymore. You like both? Oh no! Don't get well. Cyberpunk has pulled me right away from Starfield for now, but I do prefer Starfield as a game. Starfield. I do prefer Cyberpunk as a game. I think Cyberpunk is nearly a masterpiece. I say nearly because there's still shitty bugs in it. I'll go through this one quickly.
Starfield versus Cyberpunk cutscene comparison. Here we go.
Remember, we're on their turf. So what do you want?
You look different in person. Our public relations.
So what he's doing is showing the difference between how cutscenes play out. And honestly, when you see them side by side like this, you're just like, ah. You miss Jackie. Do you know what? I'd love if they did a prequel and Jackie. You played as Jackie. I think that'd be so cool. He's such a good character. It's a shame that he's gone within like the first couple of hours of the game. I was so like gutted. I wish even you can get flashbacks or something. I was like, oh fuck! I'd love to play Jackie's a story just as Jackie. Got Morgan Silverhand game. Morgan Silverhand? I missed something there.
Always insists on doing some touch-ups for the official photos. Embarrassing, really.
You got a bot. Model MT0D12, called the Flathead.
And? The hell you
Where was the bit I saw?
Almost makes me forget what...
I just realized that there's a cutscene for sitting down. I don't know why, but I never really kind of put the two and two together. Yes, there's a cutscene to sit down.
Couch. Planet.
Don't you see these two side by side? It's fucking crazy.
What a nice place.
This is what I mean by if they change Cyberpunk to third person, you're gonna miss this like immersiveness. Almost slightly nearly 3 times the cost as oh, the character in Cyberpunk, Morgan. Oh yeah, I did hear about it. Was this supposed to be Johnny's? Obviously, it's Johnny's relative, but I don't know if it was like a dad or brother. This quest can go differently, but you can hack the chip you get. You had the woman arrested. Oh. Johnny's friend. Oh.
Sit your ass down for a planet bully,
Jack,
you scum.
sit down.
Where is it? Where's that bit? Oh yeah.
Here it is.
It's the guy the guy opens the box here. Forward.
Ow.
Alright.
I don't remember what the original video was.
Come on. Gotta lighten up.
This is like the difference between bread and garlic bread. You know? I feel like that's the best way I can describe this.
Take a hit.
Go forward.
Just immediately shoot him in the... That's what I just went... You just look... What?
Model MT0D12.
Need to see it.
Oh yeah, this is what he does. He opens the box.
Well, look at
It's a Starfield. There's like nothing in
One
it.
of a kind. And I know you want it.
I have the amount we agreed on.
Where is it?
This is insane.
This is cool, this bit though, when he just shows this.
Fucking tricked out this thing. Dynamic thermal optic camo armor. Full cognitive immersion with a Raven controller. Pimped out prototype actuator.
This is such a
made of
cool scene.
titanium, vanadium,
Something like that.
That.
It'll happen.
got it.
This guy here.
I don't see
This
any
in third
fucking
person
brick
would
around
not
here,
work.
do you?
Can't expect me to pay for this thing twice.
And who the fuck are you to say what can and can't be?
That would not work in third person. That this like scene just would not hit the same. Because here you can see Jackie in the corner there, you can see these dickheads, you know, they're going to blow your brains out if you fucking move. And this guy's got a gun straight to your face. That would not, like, hit the same if this game was third person. But this guy, whichever video he's reacting to, I can't remember what it was. He was just comparing, it's probably a PlayStation fanboy that did this, but he was comparing Starfield and Cyberpunk, and Cyberpunk took a lot of time to get right. I know the game came out in 2020, but fucking hell, it came out in a rough state. Dictator, how's it going? Even Cyberpunk 2077 rejects this comparison. Well, in Cyberpunk everything's linear, but there's the game simulated worlds. Yeah, well, yeah, because they've only got one world, you know, one concentrated world here. Don't get me wrong, Cyberpunk, you know, by a long stretch is a far better looking game. But the way they do these scenes, the point I'm trying to get across here, I said it earlier, some people have been saying they want Cyberpunk in third person. Scenes like this would not hit as hard in third person.
What the
That's why, like, having this in VR would be fucking nuts.
fuck, man? And like, this is so good.
Things have changed.
Yeah, it was a bit dull there. I don't know why they compare the games though. They're two totally different games. Cyberpunk's like a story-driven action RPG. No. Would you call it an action RPG? You're not playing. You are kind of playing a role, but the story's already told in a way. I don't know. Bethesda is more RPG style, and it's fucking massive. That's why I haven't touched it in a while, because I got too much games. Keep in mind, he's only started to play play it recently, not day one. Oh, Asmongold, you mean? Oh, I know Asmongold has, but I played Cyberpunk. I'm sure I picked it up in 2021. It was, even on PC, it was still a fucking wreck. Character RPG. Yeah, I don't know what you call Cyberpunk. It is kind of an RPG. I mean, you can be like a total netrunner if you want to. Or you could just be this fucking brute with a huge shotgun. It's totally up to you how you play it, but the character aspect of it, the story's kind of already told. You just got the choices, haven't you? You played it at launch. On what system? Oh dear, my stomach. Yeah, constant crashes. Yeah, now is the best time to play Cyberpunk, which is shit because this year's rammed with fucking games. I mean rammed. I got Lords of the Fallen coming out next Friday, and I want to play that. I've seen some gameplay, but I don't want to see too much. And I'll give you my thoughts on that game as well. I do have some thoughts on it so far, and a couple of things I'm like, I don't know if it'll be as good as what Lies of P was, but we'll have to see. But talking of PC ports earlier, what the fuck is that guy called? 3, 4. There he is. Right, where the f are you? Which one was it? This guy posted up so much shit. This one.
PlayStation continues to bring some of its biggest titles to PC as it recently announced plans to bring Horizon Forbidden West to PC in early 2024. The point of debate and the discussion that has sort of followed that announcement is how quickly should they be bringing games to PC?
Day one. It should all just come day one, because I reckon Sony will make more money out of the PC side. Just alone. Look at Jimmy Neutron's head there. The fuck. Still don't trust Lords of the Fallen. No, it's nothing like the original. Go and watch a guy called Fighting Cowboy on YouTube. He has done like he does like Let's Plays and stuff like that. And he's done a little live stream of the first like hour of the game. It shows you the game pretty good. My biggest gripe with Lords of the Fallen so far, the new one, is the sound design's a bit not to my style. The sound design's a bit off, to say the least. It's just the hit sounds. I wasn't too keen on them for some reason. You want now the original Lords of the Fallen sucked ass, yeah. Kind of funny you're complaining about not enough engagement after being blocked. Fucking hell. The thing is, he does subscriber only streams. I said if my YouTube channel kicks off, I said I'll never do subscriber only streams. I'll never do members only content ever, because I think like if people want to become a member, it's just to support me and the channel. But that's literally the only reason I'd want anyone to become a member. And no, I don't ever want to lock content behind the paywall, unless it comes to the point where you have to go down the Patreon route to get your full unfiltered video out. But I don't think I'll ever get that extreme. Don't think I'll ever get that extreme, or unless like Katanga might go down that route, because he gets hit with the yellow quite often on YouTube, and because it's his full-time thing, he relies on that ad revenue. Oh, I seen it. He was fucking e-begging, basically. Scummy prick. If any of you catch me e-begging, just tell me I'm fucking doing it.
The current trend is somewhere around 2 years or slightly longer. Some titles obviously took much longer than that because they had not yet even decided to bring games to PC, so some of the earliest ports had a longer window of time. I have my own thoughts about the sweet spot, the greatest, I think, length of time that they should wait before bringing a PlayStation game to PC. We even have an interview with Herman Hulse where he indicates their willingness to maybe even bring games to PC faster.
Yeah, that's not going to last long. Once Herman Hulse decides to go the way of Jim Ryan, that's not going to last long. He's going to fuck straight off. When he fucks off out of there, it's going to be a case of, right, we got to start think of having Nixies do these games with the studios so we can get them out day one. They really need to. Dreamcast guy gave something about Mary's haircut. Huh? You mean Mary from Spider-Man? I'm not sure actually what you're talking about there. Yeah, Jimmy Neutral. It is an old interview, yeah, but minds will get changed because you'll listen to what he says in this, and I'll tell you then. But I just got reminded of this fucking stream earlier.
If it's possible. So I'm going to look at the details surrounding Horizon Forbidden West coming to PC, but also ask the question, when are the rest of the games going to show up? There are still some missing. What will the timing...
What do you reckon the next game's going to be? So, with my understanding, it was God of War 2018. No, Horizon Zero Dawn. Or was it Days Gone first? Days Gone first. Horizon Zero Dawn. God of War 2018. Then... can't remember. I know Spider-Man came out, but it wasn't Spider-Man after God of War, was it? There was something else before then. No, sorry, Spider-Man, then The Last of Us Part 1. I think God of War Ragnarok will be the next one. I reckon by the end of next year they'll announce God of War Ragnarok. Maybe even before that.
Look like? Why are they being so quiet? Is it just more PlayStation marketing where they just won't say anything until they're much closer? I also want to consider cadence.
Oh yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, fucking hell yeah. Oh, that's actually interesting. But I hope Nixies do it. I'd rather wait for Nixies to do that port rather than getting anyone else to do it, because fucking anyone else just butchers Nixies to really do actually really good PC ports. And all Spider-Man, an RPG. Spider-Man's nowhere near an RPG, it's just an action story game. That's all it is. They should only use Nixies, yeah. And what I think they should do is just bin off spending money on any other company and then spend money on more staff for Nixies so they can have two groups working two games simultaneously. I reckon that would be the best course of action. And then when one team is done doing something, another team should go and help with a certain part on another game, you know, and vice versa. Forza Motorsport is an RPG. No. Well, actually, it could be. It could be. It's how you build your car. You can build your car the way you want it. Only space, hence hate spending money. Yeah, that's true. Well, they're kind of like me then. Don't like spending money.
And timing, because we're not really sure what their plan is. Do they have a specific timeline for every game, or is it just sort of when it happens? Now, I put all of the good information right here at the beginning of the video. It's a longer video because it's a live stream, but I open it up with a monologue, set the stage, and then I discuss it with the live audience. So if you like...
But why does he have this fucking big monologue, this whole written out spiel to tell people at the start? Why don't you just start your stream saying, yo, how's it going? What's wrong with that? And then fucking have what's on your mind. Just it's better to come straight from the head than to be from, you know, than writing it, I reckon. This feels non-genuine. But I do like, I do not want to know where he got these from though. You know, these sound editing pads, these big sound pads here. I think they are really cool. Those posters suck ass, but I think those sound pads are really... I like them a lot. He thinks it's Jimmy Fallon.
Like this kind of content, be sure to hit subscribe and the bell button so you don't miss out on these shows. So, how fast should PlayStation bring first-party titles to PC? Some would say never, and they...
Bluepoint could be doing Ghosts. Bluepoint don't do PC ports, do they? Well, not from what I know anyway. Demon Souls, fuck it, yeah, they should bring Demon Souls to PC as well. Another Demon Souls remake, because that's a really good looking game.
They think that PlayStation should ignore the PC platform altogether. I don't agree with this outlook at all, and I have my own thoughts and opinions on how PlayStation games should be landing on PC. But with the recent announcement of Horizon Forbidden West coming to PC in early 2020...
Yeah, we get Aloy in 4K with ray tracing, and then we can have mods to make it look a little bit... to make her wear something a little bit more attractive. Every game should be released on every platform. Yeah, I agree with that. I reckon every game should be on every platform as well. I hate fucking locked content, especially Nintendo. At least PlayStation are porting their games to PC slowly, but Nintendo can suck a fat one because they just don't want to entertain the idea of having their games on other consoles.
Many are now guessing that we might know the window of time for PC ports going forward. This does ignore a couple that we are still waiting on, but it does seem on the surface that we might have a predictable pattern emerging. So first, I want to look at the details of Horizon Forbidden West coming to PC and even speculate as to why it seems to be coming slower, this one, at least from where I sit.
You say PlayStation should put their stuff on Xbox. I think they should. Even if it's a timed exclusive, I think they should put this stuff on Xbox a year or 2 years after, or along with a PC port. I don't see why not, and I think Xbox should do the same with their games going to PlayStation. Because PlayStation will still get money selling on the Xbox, and the same vice versa. So it's stupid why they just like completely lock these games down. Because there's people out there that's not just going to go, oh, I want to play the new God of War, I'm going to buy a PlayStation. Nobody wants to spend that fucking money yet. So if you know in a year or two you can get it on your Xbox, great. You can wait a year or two. But what, PlayStation wants all that money? I don't know why they want to remaster Zero Dawn. President Jim Ryan. I honestly, if you play that on PC now and just crank the graphics all the way up, it's fucking still a good looking game. Really is a good looking game. I maybe they want to remaster it because they saw the PC version and gone, you know what, this could look better on a PlayStation 5. It really could.
Seems to be coming slower than expected, but some players feel that this is quite fast. Some of this, I think, is hard to measure because a lot of the PS5 owners just got their PS5. As production continues to ramp up to higher levels in the first couple of years, many feel like, well, Horizon Forbidden West just came out because, well, they just finally got to play it on their PlayStation 5. Every time there was a PlayStation 5 restock, there was a big surge in first-party game sales. So many people are seeing these games coming to PC on an adjusted timeline, if that makes sense. They're not really thinking about it in relation to the official release date of the game, but when they were finally able to play it. Secondly, I want to ask the question, where are the rest? There are certainly games where we're still waiting on them. They have yet to come to PC, and some might say it's been too long. Or
so why would you have motion blur on? That's just hideous. Did you guys see that Destin's footage of Forza Motorsport comparing it to Gran Turismo 7? You saw my video, but I might not have done it justice. But okay, if you saw Destin's original video, he really fucked up on that original video. But the replay sections on Forza had like motion blur turned on, and it was horrible. Even in his new video, he had the motion blur turned on, and it just looked disgusting. I was like, Destin, switch it off, you fucking idiot. He never replied to me, but I told him he needed to switch them. I think there's a different option for the replay mode on how you want the graphics to be. I'm sure there wasn't Gran Turismo 7. You can have the graphics at like full 4K, everything, whatever. And then you can make it look more cinematic, but you can still turn the motion blur off, I think. It made that video made Gran Turismo look a lot better than fucking Forza. Which it shouldn't have, really.
Or that, well, maybe demand is not high enough. But given that Sackboy was ported to PC, I don't see why we would skip the 3 games that I'm going to talk about. Lastly, I want to talk about Cadence.
The machines are really cool. Fuck. These machines are really cool. You can ride these in the game. They got like flames coming out the side of them and shit. They're really fun.
We would skip the 3 games that I'm going to talk about. Lastly, I want to talk about cadence and timing. I want to highlight what I think is the sweet spot and why. I also think things are going to change once there are more PlayStation 5s in circulation. That will have an effect on the initial launch week and the month with respect to sales. We also have Herman Hulst's commentary, and with the potential shift in leadership in the wake of Jim Ryan retiring, Hulst may get his way.
And his music and my video music is clashing.
If we are in fact expressing something, I think maybe he was wanting it to happen when he did that interview. That could be something that he pushes for. I will also consider if we have, maybe is there a deducible pattern? Because it's an...
Destin's in Alex's server. I wonder if you saw my video. I doubt it, but if you saw his face on the thumbnail, I was going to go, shit, someone's talking shit about me. I didn't talk shit about him, I just said he fucked up. But he corrected it. I mean, he acknowledged his fuck up. But Pony sure used that fuck up as ammunition. And they went hard on it.
Evolving strategy as far as I can tell. Now, before we look at the Horizon Forbidden West details, earlier this year I did a stream that I said, listen...
Learn Forza like the Korean mode. Is it good? How's the driving in it? Are you playing it on PC? Because I really like the driving in Gran Turismo 7. All the Gran Turismo games, really. It's a decent sim racer. Because cars behave really true to how they should. I remember some of the older Forza games, the cars didn't. Like, you'd get away with a lot of stuff on a track. Destin also has kids to take care of. Yeah, he's a busy man. Probably busier than me. Plus, he did it for IGN. It wasn't his own video. He was doing it through IGN. I don't know why, though. I mean, he should have posted that on his own channel. I'm surprised IGN did that comparison. Because, like, I don't know. It might just be me, but I find it weird that IGN gave him the green light to do the comparison between both games. I don't know if it's just me that finds that strange, or does anyone else find it strange? Forza isn't your thing. I like some racing games, but I don't play them over and over. Like, I like Forza Horizon, and then it got a bit boring towards the end. You know, oh shit, the fucking microtransactions. Oh, I don't even call them microtransactions. The fucking prices on cars in GT7 was horrific. That's what made me hate the game. Everything else about the driving and everything was fine. The choice of music could have been a bit better. The driving and everything was fine, but the fucking prices of cars and stuff. And when it said, like, sold out in the car shop, I'm like, how the fuck can it be sold? It's a video game, for fuck's sake. I mean, there was a R35 GTR Skyline there, and it said sold out, and I was like, let me buy this car.
Listen, I think we might be getting more PS5 games on PC this year. There was a live-action trailer, and I theorized that it might be hinting at things that would be coming in 2023. Now, funny enough, in that stream, I thought that Ratchet & Clank coming to PC would not be happening anytime soon, right? I got that way...
Oh, you were wrong about that one. I was actually surprised they brought that one to PC, because that game came out 2021... go on PC 2 years after, so Horizon Forbidden West early 2022, and it's coming early 2024. So the window is going to be 2 years. Delta, how's it going? Ain't nothing micro about these oh, fucking hell, you're right, Delta. The prices on cars in GT7 were fucking disgusting. I literally did the cafe book in the game. That's what you call it, so the cafe book in the game. I played multiplayer a little bit, but then you saw the whales were buying these, like, ridiculously powerful cars. I was like, no, you just can't win a race against them idiots. So I was like, no, the multiplayer's fucked because it's pay to win.
Wrong. That was a surprise earlier this year. My theory could, however, have been close to something, and that was, here are all the games that are already out, and we're going to be doing something with them in the near future.
He can't do recording well, neither. Why does this look so fucking washed out? Shit, and I thought he had the professional setup as well. The fuck? Jesus Christ, boys, record at a higher resolution.
Future, right? The tie-in would be, well, where are the rest of the PC ports? If you think about it, when you watch that trailer, everybody kind of got a little something this year. Not every single game, but, you know, Returnal came to PC, Horizon got DLC, but then there's games like God of War Ragnarok in there, and I don't think we're going to see that coming to PC before Horizon Forbidden West. Because there's...
Nah, God of War Ragnarok. When did that come out? Last year. Was it last? Jesus Christ. Fuck, that game's nearly been out a year already. Returnal is good. Returnal's a fucking good game. And it's hard as hell. Yeah, so it was, what, November last year? Because it was just before the Game Awards. God of War Ragnarok. I'm saying middle to the end of next year. 100%.
There's one particular one that I think may show up in a surprise way, though, the way that Ratchet did. That one kind of came out of nowhere, and we had a very short marketing window that I will talk about in a moment. But one of the games we're waiting on may also be tied to its sequel. So first, I just want to look at Horizon Forbidden West coming to PC, okay? Because there was a lot of speculation about when this game would finally come to PC, because we had already had the first one. Are we going to wait a year? Are we going to wait 2 years? And in a PlayStation blog titled Horizon Forbidden West Complete Edition is coming to PS5 and PC. Now, PlayStation outlined the upcoming complete edition of the game, as well as the news that it will be coming to PC. And now, when the news first broke that we were going to be getting a complete edition coming to PS5 only, my theory was I thought they would be giving the Burning Shores...
Oh, see, that's fucking shit as well. Like, the complete edition has come so early after the Burning Shores DLC. I was like, why didn't they just fucking do a complete edition the same time as the DLC? It'd have made a lot more sense. At least then they're giving the option for people to buy the game straight off. But no, they spread it so they can make money. 2024 will be Ghosts, Last of Us 2, Ragnarok, Demon Souls. Demon Souls, I got a feeling they're not going to port Demon Souls. It's just a gut feeling because they've... It's like they don't want to give us Bloodborne on PC. I don't feel like they're going to give us fucking Demon Souls neither. The Last of Us 2 is a real possibility. Ghost of Tsushima, they should have ported that already. Ragnarok, definite. Spider-Man 2, nah, I think Spider-Man 2 will be 2 years after release. If you can hear something dodgy there, that's my stomach, boys. The problem with GT7 for me is the car feels like it's stuck to the cameras. I use the interior camera. I don't like... I use the interior camera or the camera that just shows the hood or the bonnet. Those the only cameras I use. But I think I know what you mean. Follows the camera too much. Possibly. Why are the shores burning? Volcano. Because they're volcanoing. Thanks for doing the beta testing here. We're running out of games to port over unless they decide to port over GT7. Jesus, Delta, nobody wants GT7. Jesus fuck Christ. Spider-Man 2, yeah, we want... I might wait for Spider-Man 2. Either if it's on like huge sale on PlayStation, or I might wait for the PC port because I know it'll look 10 times better.
Treatment to the base game. If you look at Burning Shores, there was clearly a graphical uptick for it.
No, there fucking wasn't. There was no reason why the Burning Shores couldn't release on PS4 as well. I have fucking played it, mate, and I swear to God there is no difference. There's some bugs in it though, but I don't point them out because the bugs make me laugh. The bugs are pretty funny, but the graphical, I don't see any difference between the graphics in Burning Shores and the main game. I'm waiting, there's too many... at the moment, Delta, there is... My backlog on Steam is fucking ridiculous. And at the moment, I am just playing Cyberpunk, and I'm doing New Game Plus on Armored Core. No, New Game Plus Plus on Armored Core. And New Game Plus on Lies of P. And New Game Plus on Lies of P is no joke. I'm getting my ass whooped. Ooh, you said Robo-Bugs. The new Robocop game's coming out soon as well. That looks pretty cool. There's a demo for it now.
And since they couldn't get that to run on the PS4, I thought, okay, well, the complete edition, maybe they'll do that in the base game, the vanilla sort of base PlayStation 5 version of Horizon Forbidden West. Now, I see no indication of that in the blog, so my theory is likely not coming to fruition. The blog says the following. In this complete edition, or complete collection, with Horizon Forbidden West and Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores DLC...
You know, I don't remember seeing this section in the game at all. It was only in the trailers. I honestly don't remember seeing this section in the game.
Take one more awe-inspiring machines, take on new tribes, and travel to Los Angeles. So essentially what they're saying is...
FF16 was coming to PC. Yeah, but I think you port that themselves, don't they? What the fuck they call Square Enix? I'm sure they port that themselves. And their PC ports are fucking trash as well. They'll port GT7 to PC because people are modding it. Oh yeah, people are just modding the cars they want. Yeah, true. They won't make any money on PC. Where's a volcano in LA? Oh, one can erupt in... When's the game set? 300? No. It's about 300 years in the future, the game's set. So there could be a volcano there. Yeah, the Robocop demo's big. Give you the first 3 levels. Ooh. I'm going to have to try that. It really looks cool. I'm interested in that one. I've just got so much other shit to play at the moment.
This is just the game with the DLC. There's no mention of anything with graphics. So, a little disappointing. I thought maybe they could do some kind of an uptick. I mean, let's be fair here. Horizon Forbidden West is already beautiful. It's already a great-looking game. The Decima engine's really putting in work, but they are not going to be doing anything to the base game. The other great thing to mention is it's only $60 US. So that is the full game. That is the DLC. You get a...
Well, that's not bad. $60 for the game and the DLC in one package. I suppose that's not too bad. At least Sony aren't asking fucking, you know, like 80 for both of them packaged together. That's actually quite surprising. I'll get it cheaper on PC though.
A digital soundtrack, a digital art book. You get Horizon Zero Dawn Volume 1, the Sunhawk digital comic book. You get in-game items. You get, a resource pack. You get an Apex Claw Strider machine, strike piece. Like, there's all these things, okay, that you're going to be able to get for $60. That's not a bad deal, especially for anybody who hasn't gotten the game yet. You could be one of those folks just waiting on...
They sold that game with, when the price the price went up on the PS5, that was bundled in every PS5 in the UK. Because when the price went up, there was God of War Ragnarok plus that. But Horizon was the one they were giving away the most for some weird reason. I'm guessing because it didn't sell as well as God of War. Which, in all fairness, Horizon is a better game overall than God of War Ragnarok. Comic for what? You're saying there's a comic for Horizon? Oh, hang on. Whoa. Have I missed something here? $60 on PC. Yeah, probably $60. $60 on PC would be all right. With the DLC and that's all right. Okay, Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War. Okay, Horizon Forbidden West is a better game than God of War Ragnarok overall. Even though I did like the major fights in God of War Ragnarok, the fucking, what are those hard ass dudes? But in God of War 2018, I think the Valkyries were harder until I upgraded my armor. Then I kicked the shit out of them. Except for the last Valkyrie in God of War Ragnarok. She was a fucking nightmare. She was hard. But overall, I think Horizon Forbidden West is a better game than God of War Ragnarok. Wait, the comics involved. Oh, so there's comics for the Horizon series, you mean? It's interesting.
On a PlayStation 5, and when you finally get a PlayStation 5, you finally come back through the backlog of first-party titles that you might have been waiting on, and you'll be able to get a...
Ooh, are they actually good? There's something I like most about Horizon series is the robot dinosaurs. They are so cool. And the way they're rendered in game, like all the moving parts on the machines are so cool. Like the Deathbringer from the first game. Like the first time you see one, you're just like, oh shit, what is that? And it's fucking awesome, yeah. You haven't played either. The Horizon games, Delta, the Horizon games, I think they're worth a playthrough. They've got their problems, but I think the story's quite interesting. The world they built is quite interesting. The gameplay's pretty decent. The gameplay in the first one is okay, but you normally just get the strongest bow and shoot everything with the strongest bow. The second one, you've got to be a bit more clever with your elemental damage. And I think like that does make the gameplay a little bit better, but they missed out on one key feature in the combat in Horizon Forbidden West, was the ability to actually block. Just dodging is annoying. Being able to block stuff would just make the combat better. Give you some sort of shield, anything. Because like in certain scenarios, it feels like you need it. Yeah, you can play Horizon on your Steam Deck, yeah. I don't know, I like the God of War story, but the Horizon story overall is an interesting story. And like I said, the world is really cool. Seeing it 300 years in the future, all fucked up, and finding old stuff. And they did it quite well. I think they did a really good job of like that post-apocalyptic world. It's pretty decent.
A really great deal on Horizon. So even without my theory coming true about the graphical uptick in Burning Shores coming to the rest of the game, the base game already looks incredible, and you can get, a really nice deal here. The Decima engine is actually one of the engines that I hope more studios start using. If you just
but there's a weird glitch with Aloy's hair in this engine for some reason. I don't know why, but in some cutscenes, Aloy's hair just doesn't stay still. So her fucking dreadlocks are going all over the place, like twatting everyone next to her. So it's funny when it happens, though. But you'll see in one cutscene there was supposed to be like a bunch of dudes behind me. And like halfway through the cutscene, they just pop into existence. Because one of them started talking, and I was like, well, where the fuck did you come from? I think there's some funny bugs in it, yeah. The game isn't perfect, but it is a gorgeous game. Jesus Christ, we've got a shot of Aloy's back there. If you'd have cleaned up this image, you'd have had a better shot of Aloy's back.
look at the way that they're able to seamlessly go through combat, but also just the world, the lighting, the foliage, the machines. There's a lot, I think, here that shows you could really do some great games, I think, with this engine. Now, they end the blog by saying, and they mention the PC release, they say, PC gamers, you will not have to wait long. In partnership with Nixxes Software, Horizon Forbidden West Complete Edition is coming to Steam and Epic Games in early 2024. You can wishlist now, and they provide links to the Epic Store and the Steam Store pages for the game. They're already set up and ready to go. Digital Foundry, Alex from Digital Foundry celebrated this. He was like, this is going to be basically great, you know, having Nixxes work on this game. It's Decima.
I'll say one thing. I hope they add ray tracing, and I hope they add frame gen, DLSS, everything, yeah, because I want to see what the game looks like on my PC. It looks good on PS5, it'll look fucking nuts on my PC. But if Delta's still here, Delta, haven't you got like a 4080 like me? I'm sure you said on like Alex's stream once you got a 4080. I got a 4080 and fucking hell, things look really good on this machine here.
Beautiful game. It's, you know, in his mind, this is going to be incredible on PC. So if it lands in the first quarter, which early 2024 pretty much indicates first quarter in my mind, we're looking at a 2-year turnaround to bring this game to PC. Now, at some level, this feels like Horizon Forbidden West is cutting in line, so I have to ask the question, where are the rest of the games, right? There are 3 games that I want to...
Making it sound like he wants the games on PC. Now, I know this here is a man that's got like fucking 3 or 4 rigs at home. So it sounds like he wants to play these games on PC as well, which is odd. But like, it just makes it sound like he wants the PC ports, and God knows why. He wants to double dip into these games. He wants to give Sony as much money as he can.
Talk about in this section. One of them, I admit, is not going to come before Horizon Forbidden West. At least doesn't seem that way. But one of them we know is likely coming. It won't happen before. And I'm imagining, unless they blow our minds this holiday, that's one you're going to wait a little bit longer on. But there are 2 that I hope come to PC sooner than later. And one of them, I understand why we haven't seen it yet, but the other one that I'm really confused by is Ghost of Tsushima. I think
everybody wants Ghost of Tsushima on PC. I think it's a great game, but I don't think it's as great as what everyone says it is. If I was to give it a rating, it would be like... just for gameplay alone, I would give it 8 out of 10. Story, it's a fucking revenge story. I mean, I won't spoil it, but that's what it basically is. Story is about a 6 out of 10. Graphics is a 10 out of 10. I'll give it that. Fuck, graphics, definite 10 out of 10. Alan Wake 2's not on Steam. No, I know it's on Epic. I'm not going to buy it. I haven't played the first one, so fuck them. It'll be on Steam in like a year. It'll be cheaper. Souls isn't my cup of tea. Soul? Do you mean Dark Souls games? That's not everyone's cup of tea. I got addicted with Bloodborne was my entry to the Soul series, and then I got fucking played every single one of them. And Dark Souls 1 is still my favourite. It is still my favourite. I think it'll always be my favourite Dark Souls 1. I think that's the game that they made perfect. Dark Souls 3 has the best boss fights. Dark Souls 2 is just horrible. Bloodborne could be amazing if they just fucking remastered it. Demon Souls is one of my favourites because it's a game that truly makes you feel like you're alone. It's like it's got a creepy atmosphere that makes you feel like you're constantly on your own. It's a good vibe for the game. It's weird. It's something I like about Demon Souls. I like Elden Ring, probably my second favourite, to be honest. If I was to rate them, including Sekiro, I would say, is it 7? So at the bottom would be Dark Souls 2, number 6 Bloodborne, number 5 this is tough actually. So I'd say number 5 of Demon Souls, number 4 Dark Souls 3, then Sekiro, Elden Ring, Dark Souls 1. That's how I'd rate them, I think. Actually, no, Sekiro might be higher as well. Oh, what did I say? Sekiro, number 3, yeah. Sekiro was nearly a perfect game. Except for the PC performance was weird. You've got to really fuck about with your PC to stop like this weird, like, when you pan the camera, it kind of stutters. Or it looks like it's stuttering a little bit. It's got this weird thing. If you fuck about with your settings, you can get rid of it. You still defending those games against critics or journalists. Oh, the easy mode. Everyone wants an easy mode. Yeah, fuck them. I hate that easy mode argument. I wish every game came without a difficulty option. Every game should just scrap the difficulty option and it should be played the way the developer intended it. Honestly, because like Blasphemous 2 I played recently, I just finished the final boss. I took a break from the final boss, came back, and I just patiently took my time with him and learned how to parry the fucker properly. And it took me about, I must have had about, in total, about 30, maybe 40 tries against the final boss and that. But I loved like learning the attack patterns of the boss. It's really fun.
I know why we're waiting, but just for some context on timing, Ghost of Tsushima released in July of 2020. So if it isn't...
Didn't it release before that? Oh no, it came out on PS4 first, didn't it? But yeah, it was at the end of the PS4 life cycle.
A surprise this year the way that Ratchet was a surprise. We're looking at a minimum of a 4-year wait. Like even if it comes in the middle of next year, you know, in the summer or something, that's, you know, that's a 4-year wait. If it's landing in 2020 at all, 2024 at all, we don't really know. The one thing that may have pushed back the clock on Ghost of Tsushima is the director's cut released in August of 2021. So that...
Yeah, the director's cut was basically a way of saying, oh, this is a remaster for the PS5. Wink, wink. And it was just kind of like, yeah, we don't want to call this a remaster because we all know that's what it was. It was like a PS5 version of the game plus the DLC, which is the one... That's the one I got, I think. I still haven't finished the DLC neither. I don't think the DLC story was that great, but I might need to get further into it. But yeah, basically, the director's cut is the same with Death Stranding. It was a nice way of saying here's Death Stranding, but the PS5 version. But we just don't want to call it a remaster. We're going to call it director's cut just to soften the blow a little bit. Director's cuts need to die. Director's cut don't need to die. They need to be like a genuine. Like, I think fucking Death Stranding did it the best way because they actually added to the game. They actually added to the story or something like that. I'm not sure what, because that's the only version I've actually played. So, but all I know is that they added something to the end of the story, which apparently makes more sense.
That's, 3 years later. So if it comes out in 2024, that's a 3-year window. In some ways, that may have reset the clock on bringing the game to PC. Another thing to consider is they may want to announce Ghost of Tsushima 2 first. They announced God of War Ragnarok first, and then the PC port happened later. So I could be convinced that the director's cut pushed things back with Tsushima, like the timeline's not as going to be as fast. I could also be convinced that it's tied to a sequel announcement. It also feels like Sony doesn't really like announcing anything too far ahead anymore. Ratcheting.
Well, to be fair to Sony, I don't mind anyone doing that, because there's nothing worse than people announcing a game and then way too early. Like Cyberpunk, for example, was announced in 2013 and it didn't come out till 2020. I mean, what the fuck's that about? You should announce you're working on something, but don't announce like what it is until like 2 years before the game's out. I think From Software does it well. I think they announce a game, then they stay completely quiet about the game. They don't say a thing, and then the trailer drops. And after the trailer, they drop the date of the game. I think Sony are trying to go the same way, because announcing your games too early now can be a death sentence for a game, because it sets expectations way too high, and then those expectations just get blown out of the water, and then you look like a...
Yeah, you fucking dickhead!
one of those.
And Clank came to PC, and that was a surprise. The marketing window for that was so small. They announced Ratchet & Clank coming to PC at the end of May, and then it came to PC end of July. So that was like 2 months. So something like Ghost of Tsushima could get announced on PC literally 2 months before it happens. Like, we don't have any indication that they're announcing these things far in advance anymore. They seem to be shrinking their marketing windows down quite a bit.
I think that's the best way to do it, though. Announce the game's coming to the PC a month or two before it comes to the PC. Actually, no, 2 months to 3 months, because you got to get some sort of hype for it. Oh, Jesus. That's my stomach. Ramadan Al-Moshi. Sony. Clap, clap, Sony. How's it going, dude? Reforge just admitted a PlayStation fanboy. He's actually admitted that he prefers playing on his PlayStation rather than playing on the PC. I don't know why. Even when I'm playing on my PlayStation, I'm in the same fucking chair. I just turn around to my TV. That's all I do. I mean, I should have hooked it up to my monitor, but I couldn't be arsed. It just sits by my TV there. It makes more sense. Avowed and right. Ooh, Avowed. Yeah, I forgot about that one. That one looks interesting, actually. I need to play their other ones. There's the Outer Worlds or the Outer Wilds. No, Outer Worlds, wasn't it? I need to play that.
People aren't happy about that. They felt like the showcase and the recent state of play, it's just stuff that we already knew was coming, or it's stuff that, isn't as exciting, or maybe they want to hear from the first-party studios. Now, the other game that I'm really curious about coming to PC is The Last of Us Part 2. The Last of Us Part 1 on Steam currently has an 88 in the last 30 days, so that means, thankfully, it seems they have fixed the most glaring issues with that port, and the people that are playing the port in the last 30 days are enjoying it, but this is just another unnecessary lesson in bringing a game too early to market before it is ready.
My fucking microphone was off then. Dickhead. What a fucking clown. I was saying to you, Rambling, keep Last of Us 2 exclusive. No, they can keep that one exclusive. I don't think many people are going to buy that one.
The reason I say unnecessary lesson is this isn't new information, okay? These companies know better, and pushing a game out before it is ready is a waste of time, and it betrays consumer confidence, and people just end up refunding the game. Bad review scores on Steam are very difficult to shake. The Last of Us Part 1 still has a total score of 62%.
Oh, yeah. Steam reviews are brutal. If your game's broken, unplayable, or just outright just a shit game, you're gonna get cannibalized on Steam. Steam reviews are fucking brutal.
The 88% is only within the last 30 days. So when you look at the total score, 62% is pretty terrible. Now, this might make them wait a while before they do anything with The Last of Us on PC. With enough time, the Part 1 port could get a respectable score, but it currently has 22,000 total reviews, so that will not be a quick process. The last game I do want to consider, so I think Ghost of Tsushima's release date on PC and announcement is likely tied to the sequel, and they're holding that back. We have no idea what timing is right now. We have no idea how long Sucker Punch has even been working on it. And then we have The Last of Us Part 2. Again, that timing could have gotten pushed back because of stuff with factions. Maybe they don't want to talk about The Last of Us 2 because factions could potentially be totally canceled. If not, it has been delayed and pushed back and put on hold. And then there was the really bad port of The Last of Us on PC. So it might not be the best time to talk about The Last of Us. The last game to consider is God of War Ragnarok. I had previously...
That's not the last game to consider. I think that game sold really well on PlayStation. So I honestly think they're gonna port that one. They should port that one before The Last of Us 2. Honestly, they really should, because I think that'll shift copies on PC. Because Starfield's had an amazing launch. The only thing is, fucking a month afterwards with Cyberpunk's DLC, just shot Cyberpunk's numbers right up. And Cyberpunk, I think, overtook Starfield's numbers pretty fucking quickly, just because of that DLC. I love gaming on PC, but I don't like this mentality of negativity of part. I don't know what you're saying there because you just spelled TZZ. I don't know what TZZ is. Sorry, it's a burp. I got a bottle of Coca-Cola there, it's giving me gas. Negativity, part of TZZ. Oh, right. How the fuck did you get TZZ? I mean, I fuck up in Titan, but that's a really good one. Yeah, I know. I don't get it neither. You love gaming on PC, TZZ part of community. Yeah, people have so many fucking negative things about PC gaming. Just they go, we're all into piracy. The only things I pirate are fucking older games that I already own for like emulators. That is it. Because nobody wants to sell them to me. I mean, if I got a copy of Soul Reaver 1 on Steam and it was fucking horrible. It was better to be played on emulator. Keyboard sucks. Mine does too. I got a sticky W for some reason.
Stated that this was a game that I could see coming to PC faster than any other PlayStation game for a couple of reasons. When they brought God of War 2018 to PC, one of the devs said in an interview they had learned lessons in doing that and they made pipeline changes to God of War Ragnarok, the sort of development of it. This would make it seem, in my mind, that would let them do it faster. They had learned some lessons and made adjustments to the next game. God of War 2018 also seems to be one of, if not, the most successful PC port that they have done. It's had the highest player count on Steam charts. It has the most reviews.
Yeah, because people played the old God of War games that didn't have a PlayStation 4 at the time. Or didn't have that sworn off PlayStation after the PlayStation 3, because a lot of people did. Because of the because of the price of the PlayStation 3, nobody wanted to buy one. So they didn't play. I remember I had God of War 1 and 2 on PS2. Then I got a PS3 just for God of War 3. And then Metal Gear Solid 4. And then I got the God of War 1 and 2 remastered on PS3. And God of War 4 came out, which the gameplay was great, but the story was a bit weird. It didn't make sense within the context of the God of War. It was supposed to be a prequel, but it wasn't a good prequel. I don't think Jaffe worked on that one. I think it was just they turned into Santa Monica did the work then. But what PC gamers are doing is like, oh shit, we could play this new God of War game I have on the PlayStation. They go to play it, and I bet a lot of them were disappointed that it wasn't like, God of War 1, 2, and 3. Because I do prefer them games by a long shot as well. I do like God of War 2018, and I did like Ragnarok's, but I like Ragnarok's story more than the gameplay. The same with 2018, really. I like the story more than the gameplay, which is a sad truth. But I just love Angry Kratos in the original games was the best one. Angry Kratos, definitely the best Kratos. But the voice actor, I keep forgetting his name. I keep wanting to call him Teal because that was his name in Stargate. The actor was a really good voice actor. The recent one in the God of War games. They said they weren't begging Sony to let them release games on PC. Oh yeah. Oh fucking hell, PC, but like that PC port beggar guy on fucking Twitter. What a bell end.
Horizon Zero Dawn has the same amount of reviews, and it's been on Steam for a year and a half longer. Now, I'm seeing conflicting reports about sales figures, but I couldn't find anything concrete. In the middle of 2022, it looked like God of War was going to sort of chase down Horizon Zero Dawn long term. Zero Dawn did very well on PC. It was also one of the first, so I think it had a distinct advantage. It was one of the earlier ports. Now there's a deducible pattern. Maybe people are going to be less likely to say, yeah, let's make sure and buy those PlayStation games as soon as they come out on PC. Demand on PC for PlayStation games could be trending down because everybody knows they're just going to get there eventually. I suppose it is still possible that Ragnarok lands before Horizon Forbidden West. They could announce a port.
Nah, that's not going to happen. No, that's not going to happen. Oh, it's shed. So he's looking sales figures. Yeah, but they don't put out their proper, like, Sony only put out, like, sales figures, UK physical charts, because they don't have control of that. But it's like when they reach a milestone or something like that, or like God of War Ragnarok hit 5 million within the first month or so. Which, to be fair, that's not to be laughed at. That's a big number in the first month for any fucking game. But it doesn't beat what Zelda Tears of the Kingdom did in the first week. Like fucking 10 million. I think that's going to be a hard one to beat, in all fairness.
In October. We're in October right now, and then it could land in December. The way they did the Ratchet and Clank port, they could surprise us because there was no DLC for God of War Ragnarok. They had no plans to add anything, so that likely pushed Horizon Forbidden West back, right? Like, they push it back. It's like, well, we've got to work on Burning Shores, and that kind of delays the timeline of when they can bring the whole package to PC. I just don't see any indication of Ragnarok coming any earlier. They could have gotten started on the Ragnarok port faster since there was no DLC, and there are rumors about a God of War Ragnarok DLC, but I think that's far more likely.
He's actually got a decent point there. I mean, the Burning Shores DLC only came out a month or two ago. It wasn't that long ago, and they're already doing the PC port. Fucking Nixies. I'll hand it to them. Fucking, they know what they're doing. They really know what you're face palming.
To be a standalone game, like a $40 spin-off with Atreus. I think that's probably most likely the outcome.
That, I hope they really don't do a spin-off story with Atreus. That will be horrible. It might be a good game, but they're gonna have to really work hard to make a really good, Atreus only story. Most people go to the God of War games for Kratos because he's just this fucking badass character that everybody likes. Not many people like Atreus. Especially in the 2018 God of War. Oh, he was so annoying. In Ragnarok, he was alright.
Come there. Ultimately, this leads to my thoughts on timing and cadence, because this becomes a hot debate, and I'm kind of confused as to why. I've always maintained that if they can do it well, if they can actually have a port that's at quality, do it every 18 months. I think 18 months waiting is the sweet spot. You let the game sell well for an entire year, and then you put it on PS Plus for a month or two, and then once you hit the 18-month mark, right? So at a year, it hits PS Plus. At a year and a half, you bring it to PC. You would maximize sales. You'd maintain an entire year of...
No, because a lot of people that are like... that their major hobby is gaming, they've probably got a PS5 alongside a PC or an Xbox. So, like me, I've got a PS5 and a PC. So a lot of them will just say, no, I'm not going to buy that game again. Or they might say, I'll buy it again when it goes on super sale. And I'm not talking about any of this fanboy shit. I mean just normal people that don't give a shit about that stuff. They just kind of go, yeah, I'll hold on for a sale. They're not going to double dip as quick as some other people will. There's some people like fucking Blaze 4K. I know he'll buy it on PC day one and he'll be like, yeah, I'm going to play it. And he's sure he's got a 4090. I'm sure he's got a 4090. And, there's normal people out there that are just not going to double dip. So if it came out on PC day one and they had the choice and they had a really powerful PC, they'd be like, I'm going to play it on PC. And normally these games are always cheaper because Steam, all the games that are $70 on PlayStation are normally $60 on PC. I still don't know why that is. I don't think it'll last forever though. He would ruin PlayStation. Who would? When Blaze took a sword to his PS4, yeah, that was funny. I don't have a PS5 and I'll still wait for a sale. Yeah, it's true. It's like me with Spider-Man. I don't know if that's got to have like raving reviews and really something new and different in it, because from what I've seen so far, there's not been anything like to make me go, wow, I really need to get it. It's just like the other games, just a different story. Oh, Reforged would ruin PlayStation, to be honest. But with the Spider-Man 2, it's like, I might just wait for it because I really don't think it's going to be as big as these PlayStation fanboys think it's going to be. I really don't think it is. I might be totally wrong there, though. There might be something in the game that really... And there's rumours that it's only like 15 hours long, but that's probably just beelining the main story, which that's probably alright. If you beelined most stories, you'd only get 15 hours out of a game. I think like Cyberpunk, I think if you just main quested all that one, you'd only get 20 to 30 hours in it at the most. But if you do all the side quests as well, you're going to be in there for a long time.
Console demand. It motivates people to get the console. But then a year and a half later, there's...
I hate that thing to motivate people to get the console. It's like... These companies are losing money on these consoles, so it would benefit them to do the game day one, because at least then people don't need to buy the PlayStation, they don't need to produce more PlayStations, and they'll go, oh, hang on, this PC porting thing's not bad, because we're doing... When sales become like half and half, I don't know what it's like with Xbox. I'd love to see the Xbox never release their numbers. I'd love to see their sales numbers or the amount of players, say, Halo, for instance. The amount of people playing Halo or Forza Horizon when they came out compared to the people that were playing it on PC because they came out day one. I bet you don't know those numbers aren't too far apart, but they never release the numbers. Because there's some people that just, I don't know how the fuck you split the numbers, but either people on PC Game Pass or Steam, or Xbox Game Pass, or that's just flat out bought the game, I'd love to just see the comparison numbers of who bought it where.
There's other first-party titles that are doing that. There's other first-party titles that have picked up the mantle. Every year you should have at least 2, I would think, big first-party titles hitting, whether it's Spider-Man or even Final Fantasy 16 sort of feels like a first-party title. As long as you have 2 a year, you don't need to be maintaining like, well, we can't put God of War, we can't put that game on PC. We got to keep those to maintain demand of the console. A year and a half later, there should be something else doing that. There should be another game convincing people to buy a PlayStation 5. Now, I had a discussion about...
Yeah, and that, the thing is, unless people are getting convinced now. I've seen it so often now that people have just said, now I'm just going to buy a PC. I don't want a console anymore, because people have gone multiple systems like Xbox, PlayStation, PC, blah, 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 whatever they got in their house. Most people have gone, I'm just going to go PC only, because on my PC I can do X amount of stuff. Like you can, like me, I edit videos, I can fuck around, I do the live streams, everything. I can do so much on my PC plus gaming really well. There's a lot more than my console does, so I say to myself now that fucking PS5 is an ornament, yeah. It would make no difference to me if I didn't have the PS5 at the moment. I do use the controller a lot on PC though. I will say that.
This with somebody, and he felt that 3 years was the ideal. Make people wait 3 years for a game. So Spider-Man's coming out in 2023. In his mind, bring it to PC in 2026. That just feels like an eternity to me, in the realm of video games, especially when a year...
I honestly think Spider-Man 2 might come sooner, because I think that sold well. Yeah, Spider-Man 1, I think that sold well on PC. I'm not sure of the numbers, but I'm sure it did. Day one would help Sony. I reckon Day one would help Sony as well, but the thing is, they don't realise it. The only thing is, they'd have to have Nixies work side by side with the developers of whichever development studio, say like Santa Monica Studio. They'd have to have Nixies working side by side with them. He's being pro corporate and pro not. Yeah, it's true. It is true. Yeah, it's like sometimes what benefits the consumer also benefits the corporations. That's the thing some people don't understand. By being too greedy, in the end, people just suss you out. I look at Sony similar to how Apple is, and I can't stand Apple as a company. iPhones suck ass because they try and lock you into this fucking ecosystem that's so expensive, and it's just horrible. I hated it when I had an iPhone, and now I've got an Android. It gives me so much freedom, and when I plug it into my PC, I can just open up all my files and fuck around with the phone how I like. On Apple computers, I don't even know how to use one of them. It's got like one mouse button. What do you do with that? Well, the last one I used did anyway. I was trying to find the right click. I was like, what do I do? There's only one click. Yeah, I know. Apple are just fucking thieving bastards. Oh, did you guys see Gaz's new video, Septic Sauce? If you haven't, go and watch it. It's fucking funny. There's one section where he talks like a proper Pakistani fella, because that's what his origin is. He's from Pakistan, his family is. It is so fucking funny. It made me laugh so much. I'll never buy an Apple product. No, neither will I again. People praised it. I remember my ex-girlfriend wanted the AirBuds so bad. The AirPods Pro, and I'm talking like 2019, 2020 here. And she wanted these AirBuds, and I had to go fucking sneak off to a shop on my own and buy them. £250 for these fucking AirBuds. And the sound quality doesn't even match my Samsung Galaxy Buds 2. Oh, excuse me. My stomach is horrible tonight. And the sound quality doesn't, well, it doesn't quite compare. And like my Galaxy Buds 2 do everything they do for like half the bloody price. I don't understand Apple's pricing at all. They're so horrible. And then trying to like I remember when I had them, you didn't have like iTunes and stuff wasn't popular then. You ever tried to put music onto an iPhone? Say about 7-8 years ago. It's disgusting. You have to have that fucking iTunes app on your PC. Oh god. I hated it so much. Apple tried to take out the phone charger. I know. I know they've had to move to USB-C. Yeah, they stated to my daughter, okay? My daughter's like, I need the new iPhone. I said, no, you don't need one. You want one because all the fucking friends' mother and fathers are getting them. But me and my daughter's mother aren't together. But I told her, if you want a new phone, you're going to have to work. She does work, fair play. I mean, she's 15 years old. But I told her, if you want the new iPhone, you're going to have to fucking earn it. Yeah. And just because the kids in school, honest to God, I've seen school kids around my area with brand new iPhones and shit like that. Phones that are worth £1,200-1,300. I'm like, what the fuck? And even the contract for these phones is something like £60 to £80 a month. And if you get insurance on top of it, you're looking at £100 a month just for a fucking phone. Like, shit, I pay £16 a month for my phone. Like a SIM only. I've got a Samsung S21, Galaxy S21. For the last 3 years, the phone works fine. So I'll keep it until it's on death's door, yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn sold best on PC. Really? But wasn't the port really shit in the beginning, though? Might get a new iPad. iPad's different to an iPhone, but in all honesty, for the price, I'd just go for an Android one. I'd honestly go for an Android one. Do the fucking same thing for a lot less cost. Actually, no. For the same price, you'd probably get a fucking decent laptop. No, buy a Steam Deck instead. That's the idea. Buy a Steam Deck instead. Play AAA games on iPhone. I did see that one thing I'll give them. That new processor they got on the iPhone is crazy powerful. Apparently that is... I don't really know what it's like yet. But it's crazy powerful. I mean, like, wow. Now I know why the phone is so expensive. Still, for that price, for that amount of money, you can build yourself a decent PC.
Years is jam-packed full as 2023. If future years even come close to the cadence that we've seen in 2023, there doesn't seem like a good reason to wait that long. My pushback has been, look, the PlayStation 5 is selling well already. And it's my belief that PC users are willing to wait 1.5 to 2 years for a game to come to PC. If they're willing to wait for that amount of time, they're not going to be buying a PS5. In other words, being concerned about PlayStation games coming to PC and that hurting PlayStation console demand, that doesn't seem to be substantiated. From where I sit, large portions of the PC user base simply refuse to leave behind Steam. They don't want a console.
That is true. I've even bought games on Epic Game Store before and just regretted it. Only because I think Sifu was locked to the Epic Game Store, but I really, really wanted to play it. So I bought that one. I got Hitman 3 only because it was like £10. What else? I think that's about it. Mostly just use it for the free games, but I don't use it. Yeah, I didn't want to wait a year for Sifu. It is a really, really good game. Sifu's it's a banger game. It's like, I really enjoyed that game. I tried to like do a non-aging run in it. It's so fucking hard. It's so hard. But to be fair, it's a good running game and everything like that. It's just a shame that I was locked to the fucking Epic Game Store. You pirated it. It's really difficult to pirate things in this country at the moment. It's a pain in the ass. Plus, with the newest updates on it, the newest updates are really cool. There's different modes to the game now.
Then there was the interview with Herman Holst where he indicated that the earliest we would see a game...
America, fuck yeah. I know you're an American. Your missus friends an iPhone 15 and she says it gets hot. Yeah, I've heard the same thing. I've heard, especially when you charge it, you know, around the charger port and when it goes into the battery, I've heard it gets fucking seriously hot. And like you say, it's hot to touch. Like if it's squashed in your pocket, like if you're driving or something like that. Apparently it's really hot there. You also have cold. Aren't you Louisiana? Is it Louisiana you said you're from? I'm shit at geography. I got a rough idea of the US, but I'm still pretty shit at the geography of the US. Oh yeah, I remember you saying. Is it cold there all year, or is it just like getting really cold there now? You get a lot of snow. Probably getting more snow than we get here in the UK. It's fucking shit here.
Port to PC would be 12 months after release. Perhaps he was speaking very generally. Maybe he did not have a game in mind. But I want to push back on the notion that PlayStation games should not come to PC, right? There are people arguing that it should be day and date. I think that's another extreme position that doesn't make any sense in light of maintaining constant.
Why does it make any sense? He's so narrow-minded about it. He doesn't look at the bigger picture. Like, it might not work, but at the same time, it might. And Sony won't find out until they try. And if those games as a service games they're making, when they come out, the fuck was that game you said earlier? Marathon. I bet you the larger amount of player base will be on PC. It does work for Microsoft, yeah. And the same there as well. I bet there's certain games like Halo, I'll guarantee you there was more players on PC day one. I'm talking day one here, than there was on Xbox. Yes, so the phone says it overheated. Really? Oh, that's a big fuck up. That's a big fuck up for an iPhone. Oh, it's about time iPhone copped a fucking bad one. That's one for me to celebrate. There's people I work with that are diehard iPhone users, and they hate Android. Yeah, it's like I don't hate iPhones. I think the phone as itself functions is fine. I just hate Apple as a company because they're so fucking greedy. $16 to 18 months. It's, oh no, that's what you're saying. Sorry, the little heart there was blocking it. So it went from 4 years. So, yeah, it did. It's the time has come down very quickly. Ratchet and Clank and Horizon Forbidden West has now proven that. Yeah, because it's made of titanium. Oh, so it's probably conducting the heat as well. Oh, I hope they get shitloads of complaints for that one. And loads of returns on the phone as well. Fuck them. Fuck them and their silly pricings. Check DMs. Hold on. Where's my Discord there? What the fuck is this? Oh wow, I'm gonna have to blow that up somewhere. Marathon Plot. Is that the original one? I'll have to check that out after.
Console demand, right? That's nobody else is doing that other than Xbox, but Nintendo and PlayStation can't have their games available on other platforms day and date because it would hurt their business model. Okay, I think some people like the business model of Xbox and they think it's a one-size-fits-all model. Everybody should do it that way. I think the other extreme, you know, you got the people saying it should be on there day and date, but then the other extreme is people are like, you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't put PlayStation games on PC. Now, I've spoken about this in the past, and I did not convey my thoughts as clearly as I wanted. Some felt that I was saying PC gamers should not get PlayStation games. They should just buy a PS5. Now, at the time, I was pushing back on the notion that people were saying it's taking too long. They're like, it's taking too long. Bring these games faster.
Yeah, but I think it should come down. The time should come down to a year. I mean, like, fucking Nixies has a lot of work to do. But once they catch up on the games they want to port, so everything they say they want to port and they catch up on it, that's when the time frame's going to come down, because it takes Nixie's what? So if they manage to bring Horizon Forbidden West by March, the DLC came out in August. If I remember right, somewhere in August. So that's half a year to get a game out on PC. That's not a lot of time. So if they can manage to do a good job in half a year, that's pretty decent.
To PC, and I was like, look, if you really want the games, then buy a PlayStation 5. If not, you have to wait, right? And if you want a good port, I don't think waiting is a bad idea. Like PC gamers this year especially have gotten a pretty raw deal with PC ports. There's not a great, cadence here. Jedi Survivor is still in terrible shape.
Yeah, but that's EA's fault. And I said, I don't know if I said this on a stream, but EA used, Respawn Entertainment used Unreal Engine 4 to make Jedi Survivor, and NeoWiz used the same engine to make Liza P. Liza P is such a good PC port, it runs flawless and has an uncapped frame rate. Where on the other side, Jedi Survivor runs like a bag of shit and it's made by a massive studio. NeoWiz is only a tiny studio. So if a tiny studio can do it, how the fuck a multi-billion-dollar fucking studio can't do it? I don't understand. Increase Nixie's staff. That's what I reckon is going to happen. Nixie's staff is going to increase, definitely. If they're succeeding in the PC ports, but to get the ports out faster, they probably will have to increase staff. Which is good because it creates jobs.
There was the Last of Us PC port. There was Remnant 2. There was a variety of games that came out this year that were struggling.
Remnant 2 wasn't a bad PC. Did anyone else play Remnant? I played Remnant 2 on PC and it ran perfect for me. I don't know if anyone else has problems with it. Let me know. But I reckon it was fine. You didn't know. I think Remnant 2 ran fine, but that might just be because my PC brute forced it to run okay. My frame rates and that were pretty good. I didn't think there was a problem.
On PC with performance, and so pushing for PlayStation games to get ported faster seems antithetical to wanting good ports. So at the time, I was saying, look...
Yeah, but working side by side with the developer means that they can do the ports day and date. I might push the game back, a couple of months. Yeah, it plays well on PC. Yeah, I played all the Remnant 2. I still haven't done the final boss. I still have to go back and do the final boss. Final boss is fucking tough on that game.
Look, you gotta wait, and if you don't want to wait, then buy a PlayStation 5. My pushback has always been, if your PC...
Liza P runs 60... Yeah, I'm not surprised. That game runs like 230... upwards of 230 FPS on my PC. It's so nice. It has very, very minor stutters when it has to load in like a section of an area, and I've only seen it like once or twice. Otherwise, it's like buttery smooth all the way through. I don't think I've seen a game that runs that smooth, to be honest with you.
Is in more of the middle of the road on power. We can look at the statistics on Steam and see that the vast majority of people who own PCs for gaming do not have top shelf, top of the line rigs. And it's like, well, if your PC's more in the middle of the road, you're going to play PlayStation games generally at the performance that they get on a PS5, if that makes sense. Like, if you don't have a top of the line 30 or 40 series card, if you're one of the people like me, you have a 20 series card, you're more in the middle of the road or lower than that, you're waiting a really long time to play a PlayStation game at the same or maybe even slightly inferior performance.
No, my 20... I played Spider-Man. I got it off my friend on Steam. You do that Steam share thing. So I did that Steam share thing with my friend. Played just to try Spider-Man out on PC. Played it on my 2070 Super and it ran absolutely perfect. Much better than my PS5 did. But the DLSS caused some weird artifacts in like windows, reflective surfaces. But that was only when the ray tracing was on. Otherwise, I didn't use DLSS. On the 40 series cards, there's a better like version of DLSS, and you don't get that. And if you use like, it's like on Cyberpunk, I was seeing all the smoke on Cyberpunk. The smoke was pixelated, and I was like, what the fuck's going on here? So I found out if you switch on super sampling or Intel super sampling with DLSS, it clears it all up. Makes such a difference. I can't run Spider-Man, Days Gone, or Death Stranding. Oh, you can't run them. No, what is it? 1660 you've got here. Oh, you mean you can? Yeah, I mean like, I don't know what these ponies are talking about. The power of that PS5 is not powerful, eh? Oh,
so
dear.
my contention has always been it's such a bargain, you know, instead of upgrading your rig and spending, you know, $1,000.
Spider-Man hits CPU. Yeah, it does hit Miles Morales did it worse for some reason, I don't know why. But I've got a 13700K and you could throw anything at that and it's no problem. I love Death Stranding. Death Stranding is good. That's such a unique story. And I actually can't... The gameplay is nothing special. Fucking storytelling is nuts. And I think the actors are great, and I can't wait for Death Stranding 2. I love the whole story with what's his name? Mads Mikkelsen. He was the actor. Don't remember his name in game now. Cliff. When in the end you find out Cliff is... You were the BB or so. I don't know what it was properly. You were the BB. You were Clifford's BB, and now your BB will be like another version of you. Or something like that. It's fucking weird. You had rumours about Keanu Reeves. I did hear, yes, apparently Keanu Reeves and Kojima have been talking. But I might be on the movie side. I don't know. Yeah, you were Cliff's son in the game. But your BB I don't know whose son your BB is supposed to be. And I think that'll be the plot line of the next story. Because that, I think at the end of the director's clip, that's what it was. I don't know if it was the same with the other one, but you took BB to go and get incinerated, but instead he cracks it open and then BB's still alive. Yes, but yeah, probably.
$1,000 or more to upgrade pieces and parts, you could buy a digital PS5. But to me, it doesn't matter where you play. You just have to understand why a game might come to PC later. There's commercial reasons, there's economic reasons, there's even strategic reasons. There's just logistical reasons. They've got to have a company port the game. They've got companies like Nixxes that are really good at it, and it takes time. So folks that were pushing for day-and-day release, I don't think that's happening anytime in the near future, but the opposing view, the extreme view that PlayStation games should never come to PC, I think this is a more extreme brand loyal position, and I don't support this position, and here's why. As the line between console and the console power and sort of middle of the road PCs, as that line gets closer together, it makes sense to put games on the PC. The reason I say middle of the road PC is because, as I said, middle of the road PCs and down, they make up the vast majority.
I'm sure he's talking like 2080 as middle of the road. A 2080 is still a fucking beast of a card. I'm sure he says it in here somewhere. A 2080, if you've still got a 2080, it's still a fucking good card. If you've got a 1080, especially a 1080 Ti or a 2080 Ti, you've still got a beast of a card, yeah. It's no slouch. Oh, $500 in a console seat. Oh, it's play online. Yeah, fuck that. I hate paying to play online. And the only reason I got it was to play Demon Souls online. This is literally the only reason, because no other game has online components on it. He even named... Oh, he did, yeah. Medieval. I never played them games.
majority of the PC gaming audience. And if you look at hardware saturation in Steam, it's clear that that's the largest portion of people who will be buying a game on Steam. So it just makes good business sense. If the average PC gamer is going to play a PlayStation 5 port and have very similar experience to what console owners experienced, then everyone up from there can even turn on higher settings, higher resolution, better textures, better ray tracing, right? The consoles don't even use the full suite of the ray tracing abilities. So
consoles only do what? Ray tracing shadows or something like that? Which is bullshit. When you see proper ray tracing reflections, it's nuts. Looks like you're walking on glass when you're on water. Steam used to let you buy movies. Oh yeah, you're right. Because I was trying to find Dante's Inferno on Steam. Remember the game Dante's Inferno? I was trying to find it on Steam and it only gave me the anime, which is really cool as well. That's a really good anime. Almighty 720p console. And you never use ray tracing. Oh, I say if you got a 4070 Ti and above, or a 3090, maybe a 3080 or 3080 Ti, I wouldn't bother with ray tracing. I use it, but I got a 4080. But if you've got a decent card, you'll start using it. I've started using it in a lot of games now. Oh, because ray tracing on consoles, I mean, 30 FPS. Yeah, no, and it's not even worth it. You barely notice it. 2070 is overtaking the 1060. Oh, I sold my 2070 for like £250. That was a few months back when I built this PC. I saw my 2070 and it went like, I got this gaming group on Facebook, just me and a bunch of friends, and one of the guys on that group snatched it up in like a couple of hours.
the reason I argue this from a business angle is because I'm saying, listen, we want to see them make as much money as possible on a piece of property. Because if you like PlayStation, and if you like PlayStation first-party titles, you should want them to make as much money as possible. Obviously not at the loss of, like, trust or ethics, but you want them to make as much money as possible. If they can take a really successful piece of property...
Nobody wants the companies to make money. Oh my god. I'm not going to listen to him anymore. I'm going to end the stream about there. I've had enough. My legs are getting... My ass is getting numb and my legs need to, like, stretch. Oh my god. You can tell he's pro-corporation just by what he said there. That's fucking stupid. Me, Frit, and Alex. Me, fucking hell. But honestly, go and watch this video. Okay. I thought this would set up earlier because I'm subscribed. Go and watch this video by Gaz. It's fucking funny. He is funny. Oh, Bobby, he needs it daily, yeah. Yeah. Bob is live streaming. Is he? But normally, so is Gaz and Daily. Who's he got with him?
I think an 8.2 out of 10.
You reviewed it. 8.2 out of 10.
I didn't review it. My
It's this Ricky Gervais looking guy.
I gave it 8.2. They enjoyed it, and I talked to them about it because I was interested in picking it up because of, you know, we're going back to the
Nintendo days of every stream I see.
Assassin's Creed, right? Yeah. And from what I've been told of what I can see, yeah.
Doesn't this guy here just look like Ricky Gervais?
Yeah. But then people wanted that.
The crab.
Like, oh, wait,
did you say crab named Hella?
Like, but yeah, because you're not meant to be acting like you're playing fucking Valhalla, and you know, and the combat just is a great thing. You know, it's all about stealth. You'll be rewarded.
He's streaming, is he?
Because there are just problems happening.
Let's see if I can redirect you guys to him.
On this. I can't believe it.
That's the guy who couldn't find a manager's office.
Don't say that.
How's it feel?
Police assault incoming. 30 seconds.
Oh, great.
Your sense of direction is so shit. You need a GPS to navigate your own garage.
Let's see if I can
Got
redirect
him.
you to him. I don't know how it works, but if it works, let me know.
Yeah.
Right, guys. So that's 38 on Facebook Marketplace and it was in 10 minutes, yeah.
Sure.
GPUs sell fast. Right,
Yeah,
guys.
look at
I'll
Hawks in-
catch you in the next stream.
No, no,
if you
I
get
looked
redirected
at-
to him, let me know.
Second.
See you later, guys.
Upstairs, and my CPU went. My frame rate went.
Dude, it is fucking dying. What the fuck?
That was on low.